Hello, my name is Richard. This is over and over and over again. This is a live watch along today. Arsenal versus Southampton from the Emirates. Arsenal looking to bounce back, of course, from 2 defeats in a row that we've suffered over the last week or so. So this is coming up the other side of this. So yeah, Arsenal versus Southampton today. It's going to be a good game, I'm sure. Right, we've got some team news, some interesting team news. This is how Arsenal line up today. So in goal, of course, Aaron Ramsdale, as expected. We've got right back first, Tomiyasu, as indeed has been the case in recent games. The 2 centre-backs, Ben White, and next to him, it will be Gabriel. And of course, at left back, it is Kieran Tierney, keeps his place from the other night. In midfield, then Thomas Partey is still in the team despite poor performances all round from him. Partnering him again is Granit Xhaka. When he's fit, he plays, doesn't he? I think there's no doubt about that. In the number 10 position today, we have got, again, as the other night, Martin Odegaard scored in the last 2. Can he make it 3 in a row? Then in the forward area of the pitch, we've got Bukayo Saka, of course, as you would expect. We've also got Gabriel Martinelli, and playing through the centre, captains the side today, Alexander Lacazette. Of course, the big team news for Arsenal is no Aubameyang in the squad at all. It isn't an injury, it isn't an illness, as though we ever thought it was. It is, of course, down to a disciplinary issue, which, of course, we kind of figured that out ourselves without Arteta having to tell us that. Captain of Arsenal, once again, he has been dropped from the squad for disciplinary reasons. Not the first time this has happened. For me, as far as I'm concerned, that's it now. He should be stripped of the captaincy full time, and I would actually get rid of him in January. I just don't think he clearly doesn't want to be at this club anymore. He doesn't want to play for the club anymore. It's been obvious from his performances. As far as I'm concerned, he can do one. So we need to prepare for life without our captain. For Southampton, and this is how they line up. They've got Willy Caballero in goal. Of course, a 40-year-old goalkeeper. They've got a few injury issues. Their back four is Livramento, Stevens, Bednarak, and Walker-Peters. In midfield, they've got Redmond, Diallo, Ward-Prowse, captain, of course, and Teller. And then up front, they've got Brojo and Armstrong. So that is the Southampton team for today. It looks like a 4-4-2, actually, a bit old school there for Southampton, which is nice, isn't it, to see? We do like a bit of old school 4-4-2. Arsenal kind of a 4-4-2, but it's not really, is it? It's I still think it's more of a 4. You've got the two wide, and then you've got Odegaard behind Lacazette, haven't you? So that's sort of how Arsenal are lining up for this game. So yeah, it's Arsenal need to win this game. You know, those 2 defeats in the last week or so away from home have been really, really poor. I'd say I stuck with the same starting 11 that were really, really poor against Everton. A bit surprising there. Could have made 2 or 3 changes, I felt, to this team after the other night. Thomas Partey, we know he's not playing very well. What are we hoping for? A miracle that he's suddenly going to get his form back. I think he needs a rest out of the team now. Granit Xhaka's back. I think we can afford to do that. Maybe put Sambi Lokonga back in the team, because he was certainly doing okay, wasn't he? Or even Maitland-Niles, of course, who got man of the match, didn't he, in his last appearance against Watford. So yeah, there could have been changes there. In the front 3, obviously without Aubameyang in the squad, I guess there wasn't a lot of options. Smith Rowe's only fit enough for the bench. Today, he's just coming back from a little injury. Nicolas Pepe, again, not in the team, probably not going to get on. Eddie Nketiah on the bench. I actually thought Eddie Nketiah played quite well the other night when he came on against Everton. Yes, he missed that simple header that he should have scored. I think he'll know that. We all know that. But I thought he looked pretty lively when he came on. Had a decent performance. So he's back on the bench today. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get some minutes at some point during the game, probably later on. Other than that, I'd say it's the same team that started and played really, really poorly against Everton. So Arteta stuck with them. Is he expecting a response? I think we're all hoping for a response, aren't we? We can't really afford 3 defeats in a row. I did read somewhere today that the last time we lost 3 games in a row twice inside the same season was in 1983-84. Of course, if you remember that was the season where Terry Neal got sacked because of that. That was one of the main reasons, wasn't it? Because of the 2 lots of 3 consecutive defeats. So I'm sure Arteta's going to want to avoid that today. Southampton have only ever won once in the league away at Arsenal. That was in 1987. A goal from Rod Wallace gave Southampton a 1-0 victory at Highbury. And that's the only time they've ever won a league game. They've won twice in the cup away at Arsenal. Their last time actually was in the Carabao Cup or the League Cup, whatever it was sponsored by at the time. In 2014, they did win 2-1 at the Emirates. So they have won in this stadium once before. That was in, 2014. Alexis Sanchez scored his first goal for the club in that game. In fact, Southampton at home, or Southampton actually, has been a game where a few famous Arsenal players have got their first goal, of course. As I said, Alexis Sanchez did. As we all know, Dennis Bergkamp, of course, in this fixture in 1995, fantastic 4-2 victory. He got his first goal for Arsenal against Southampton. Thierry Henry away from home as well, scored his first Arsenal goal at Southampton. Of course, Ian Wright scored his first league goals, didn't he? Got a hat-trick away at the Dell. He did score his first goal at Leicester, but in the league, it was his first goal as well. So there's been a few famous players getting their first goal. I mean, in this team today, Tomiyasu hasn't scored a goal. Will he get his first Arsenal goal against Southampton at home? Who knows? He may well do. Ben White's another one who hasn't scored yet. I think they're the only 2, aren't they, in this starting lineup, certainly, that haven't scored for the club yet. And looking on the bench, Lokonga and Tavares haven't scored. So there's opportunity for somebody to maybe get their first Arsenal goal against Southampton at home again, which I think is really important. So we'll see what happens with that. It's been a fixture in history where that's happened a few times. So let's see if we can, if that's going to happen today, but we'll see. There was, of course, one game earlier on today in the Premier League that was at the Etihad. Bit of a controversial game, some sort of strange refereeing in many ways. Man City did win 1-0. A controversial penalty from Raheem Sterling, and after Jimenez had been sent off for 2 yellow cards in about 25 seconds. One for giving away a free kick, which didn't look like a yellow card, if we're totally honest, and then for not retreating the required distance when they took the free kick. So, and they say it was a controversial penalty as well, which VAR took a long time to reach the decision, and it was Raheem Sterling who scored. So that's the only game, obviously, so far. Of course, there was that game last night, wasn't there? Brentford coming from behind to beat Watford 2-1. So we've got a couple of 3 o'clock kickoffs, of course, today. Unusual for Arsenal to be kicking off at 3 o'clock on a Saturday, actually, isn't it? It's only happened a couple of times this season. I thought without us being in Europe, actually, we may have had a few more 3 o'clock kickoffs on Saturday, but we haven't done. This is only, I think it's only the second one, isn't it? Maybe third. We've not had that many anyway. I certainly was expecting a few more this season, but anyway, let's hope that we can get back to winning ways. We've got a good record at the Emirates this season, to be fair, haven't we? We've only got 1 defeat and 1 draw in 7 games, so we've certainly been a difficult team to beat at home. Obviously, our problems have been more away from home, haven't they? So, things are in our favour today. We have struggled, though. Teams like Southampton are going to come and get everybody behind the ball. These are games that we've struggled in this season at home, haven't we? Norwich, Watford, even Newcastle. It took us a long time to get the breakthrough there, didn't it? So, this is, I think it's going to be a similar game today. Southampton will be very compact. They'll have 2 banks of 4 and then try and catch us on the counter-attack. They've got a bit of pace up front, haven't they? I'm quite impressed with that Brojo, the Albanian striker, young striker for Southampton. He's looked pretty lively this season for them. He did score, of course, last week as well. So I'm expecting he's going to cause us a few issues today as well. Of course, Adam Armstrong as well is a good player for Southampton as well, isn't he? So they've got a decent team. They have got a decent team, and I think they've got a good coach as well in Ralph Hasenhüttl. Shane's in the chat. How you doing, Shane? He says, "Hi, Rich. Amazon hit the nail on the head with Arsenal this season. We've become a joke. Both Arteta and Oba out now." Well, to be honest with you, yeah, I kind of agree. Aubameyang, I never want to see him play for the club again. People were going on about Xhaka when he was captain, what he did, and people have not forgiven him. This is twice now Aubameyang has been dropped from the squad for disciplinary reasons. It's not acceptable. His performances on the pitch are shocking, and his discipline off the pitch, it seems, is shocking as well. Clearly what's happened is he was told probably yesterday that he wasn't going to be starting this game. He's obviously not been happy at all. They've had a big fallout, and he's dropped him from the squad completely. As far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't lose any sleep if both of them disappeared from Arsenal tomorrow, if I'm totally honest. But unfortunately, we're certainly going to be stuck with both of them for the time being. We can't really get rid of Aubameyang. Is he going to end up having a Mesut Ozil situation where he's just not picked in the squad for 6 months before finally having to buy out his contract or whatever's going to happen? So it's a mess, isn't it? The whole club's a mess. I agree. Amazon have definitely picked the right season to be at Arsenal. Not really the right season for us, because it's going to be embarrassing when we have to watch it back. In fact, will we even bother watching it back? Fans of every other club will watch it because we've already become a banter club, and that's just going to be even more so when this goes out at the end of the season, isn't it? So, yeah, I mean, it's almost as though, I mean, I might be wrong, but it almost feels a little bit as though a lot of these things are happening simply for the TV show. Some of the stuff that's gone on this season. I mean, it clearly won't be, but it just get that feeling, don't you? That the whole thing's set up like it's scripted. But anyway, you know, when you look at the problems Tottenham had the season that they had Amazon there as well, it's a bit of a coincidence, isn't it? That we're now suffering similar problems, similar kind of issues going on, some strange carries on at the club. And obviously the big issue, of course, is the fact that on the pitch, the performances are not good enough. And they haven't been good enough all season. You know, we've got away with it against a few of the poorer teams. We've scraped a few victories, and I'm sure we should be good enough to scrape a victory here today against Southampton, and I'm sure we will. But that doesn't really change anything long term, does it? You know, it's clear that this manager isn't the right man for the job. He's not up to the task that we need. And the longer that we keep him there, the less chance we've got of actually progressing and making strides forward. We've got some very good players in this squad. There's no doubt about it. We've got some really exciting young players. We've got some good attacking players. And Arteta just can't get the best out of them because he's far too content with... He's too scared, isn't he, to play to attack teams too much. He just wants to sit back and try and nick a 1-0, which is fine if you can do it on a regular basis against the better teams, but we can't. We play anyone decent, and we've got beaten this season every single time. And Southampton are a decent enough team, and it's going to be a tough game. Let's not, you know, they've got a 0-0 draw away at Manchester City. They're going to come here to try and get a 0-0 draw again, and would be surprised if they do. I certainly wouldn't. Shane says there, Uber would go down the Ozil route quicker than the Willian route. Yeah, supposed to be a professional sportsman. You know, it's pathetic, isn't it? It's ridiculous, actually. You know, Aubameyang wasn't playing very well anyway. He got left out of the team against Everton. I thought that was the right decision. I don't think anybody felt it wasn't the right decision with how he'd been playing. And if he's just got the ump because he's been left out of this game as well, then unfortunately, as captain of Arsenal, mate, you've got to be better than that, haven't you? You're captain of this great club. And if you're not going to be able to deal with the fact that you're not playing very well, I mean, you've got to start to look at Arteta's man management, though. You know, obviously this isn't the first player that it has happened to. We've mentioned Mesut Ozil, Guendouzi was soon frozen out as well. It's like anybody that seems to give Arteta any sort of trouble, he doesn't get to play. You know, Maitland-Niles has had his issues as well. He's not played as much as he maybe should have done. He only seems to play when he's forced to play because there's injuries and stuff like that. So Arteta needs to, you know, Arteta's got to look at himself a little bit with his man management, because I think it's really, really poor at times. And he really does need to improve on that, because you can't keep upsetting your players all the time. Otherwise, you're never going to get anywhere, are you? Gunnar Flyson says, "Oh, Rich, hope you're doing well, mate." Yep, I am not too bad at all. I hope we can put a good performance in games. So, yeah, of course, that's what we want to see. We want to see a good performance and a result, because we're Arsenal fans. That's what we want. Ultimately, I believe we've got the wrong manager. But anyway, we've got Dylan in chat. He says, "Hello, how you doing, mate? Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't done so, please consider subscribing and like the show as well." We are not far off kickoff now. The teams are coming out at the Emirates. They've got the lineups on the screen at the moment, so it's going to be an interesting game, this, because we know that Southampton are going to get a lot of players behind the ball. They're going to deny us space, and they're going to try to, you know, frustrate us as long as they can. And these are the games that we've struggled with, particularly at home. So I want to see how we cope with this game. Actually, I want to see how we deal with that kind of, you know, those two kind of banks of four, possibly even a bank of four and a bank of five, possibly. And I think it is going to be a tough game, and I just really want to see us put in a really good performance. Vijendra says there, how do you play a player if he's injured? Well, Aubameyang isn't injured. Arteta's came out already today and said it's for disciplinary reasons. He's not injured. There's nothing wrong with him. I don't think any of us really thought there was anything wrong with him yesterday when he wasn't at training. It was obvious to me what happened, that Arteta obviously told him he wasn't going to be in the team on Thursday, and obviously he's not been happy about it, and he's kicked up a fuss, and he's rightly been left out of the squad. But this is the Arsenal captain, and he's got to be better than that, hasn't he? He can't be acting like this. And it's not the first time he's had to miss a game due to disciplinary issues. If you remember the North London derby last season, when he was left out of the squad then, wasn't he, for apparently being late? Was that disciplinary issues or what? We're not really sure, are we? But obviously there is issues there with Aubameyang, and something's not right. We can see in his performances, actually. It seems to be a little bit of an issue at the minute trying to get a stream of the game. I will get one very shortly. And then we'll be good to go. But let's see. It does this quite a lot on the 3 o'clock games, and then it comes back again after about 5 or 10 minutes of the game. We've had this issue before, haven't we? But I'm sure we will be okay in a short time. I believe that we've already kicked off. So what I'll do is I'll try and follow it elsewhere. But just in case you've missed the team news, Arsenal got the same starting lineup actually that we did against Everton. Sorry, on Monday. Neil's in the chat. How you doing, Neil? Thanks for tuning in, mate. Hope you're well. Hope all is well, buddy. Yeah, things are good, mate. Not too bad at all. Looking forward to the game. Well, I say looking forward to it. I think that's maybe stretching it a little bit. It's very little to look forward to when it comes to Arsenal this season, certainly the way that we've been playing. I am trying to get a feed at the minute. The one I had has just decided it doesn't want to work, but it tends to happen a lot on the 3 o'clock games. I'm going to try and see if I can find one elsewhere. It is still 0-0 anyway, just in case you were worried you might have missed a goal. The other 3 o'clock games today, Chelsea against Leeds and Liverpool against Aston Villa, of course, the return of Steven Gerrard to Anfield. I'm sure the TV would have loved to have had that one, wouldn't they? If they had known that was going to happen, I'm pretty sure they would have had that game on the telly, wouldn't they? But anyway, not to worry about that. I might have got a feedback. Give me 2 seconds, and hopefully I can get it for you. Maybe not. Connection's gone again. Don't worry though. We will be with you very shortly. But what you got to remember is this is Arsenal at home. This is an Arsenal game against Southampton, and quite often, we take a while to get going in these sort of games, don't we? Shane says their stadium looks half empty for a 3 p.m. kickoff. Is this the norm? Well, we don't have many 3 o'clock kickoffs, do we? I mean, the stadium's probably empty because I think people are realising what's going on at the club and that they don't want to watch the boring football that we're playing. It's a lot of money, isn't it, to go and watch Arsenal. There were a lot of tickets available, I saw. Neil, so I'm good, thanks. Yeah, good stuff, mate. Been through it over the past few weeks, but trying to get everything back on track slowly but surely. Yeah, I think we all are. It's been a tough time, isn't it? It's been a tough time for a lot of people, and we're just trying to deal with it as best as we can, aren't we all, and get through it. And unfortunately, Arsenal aren't helping at the minute, are they, by being so poor? Not even the Arsenal women who have cheered us up a bit this season. It hasn't been a great week for them either, but we had a good result earlier on today when Chelsea women lost, so we got a chance to pull clear at the top. But Jandra says it's quite full, only a few seats empty. Yeah, I mean it is. It worries me a little bit sometimes with the crowd at the Emirates, because we don't always get the sort of we don't always sell out, do we, anymore? It's funny, isn't it? Because a few years ago when we was at Highbury, some of the games now you'd think we'd have been fine staying at Highbury if we could have got it up to maybe 40,000 or 45,000 would have probably been enough, because even in our great seasons back in the 80s and 90s, our average crowd was less than 40,000 usually. So I think we could have probably got away with it. But anyway, we did move, and for a while we did get a lot of. Why is it doing this? The screen's just gone stupid. I'm not sure what's going on. I will get a feed in a minute. I don't know if anybody else is having these problems. Let's have a look. I reset it at the minute. I'm not sure what's happening. Let's have a look. Neil says there, are you going to any games over the next few weeks, which would be good to meet you if you are? I was hoping to go to Leeds next week, but I haven't managed to get a ticket as yet. So I'm not sure whether I am going to Leeds. I want to go, but getting a ticket could be a problem. And Rajendra says there, Gabriel, yellow card for protecting his head. Well, of course, I mean, Arsenal are going to get yellow cards, aren't they? Because that's what we do. That's the way it goes, isn't it? If it's an Arsenal player, we're always going to get a yellow card, aren't we? Because that's because we're Arsenal, and that's the way it is. Right, the feed is just playing up at the minute, but it's not. I say it's not unusual on the 3 o'clock games. I'm sure it will work very, very soon, and we'll be able to get some action for you as well from the Emirates today. Oh, here we go. We've played 5 minutes. It is still 0-0. Southampton in all black kit. They're attacking the goal to our left in this first half, the North Bank. They've now got an opportunity actually to come forward. Is it going to be a goal for Southampton? A shot on target there. It's a good run it was there. I think that's Diallo, isn't it, with that run there. He had a lot of space actually through the middle of the pitch. He got past Tomiyasu. He had a run through the 2 centre halves were too far apart. He had a shot through the middle there, but it was too close to Gabriel. And it was Teller, sorry, with that effort. Nathan Teller it was with that shot. And we just given the ball away again. This is very sloppy from Arsenal. Another shot comes. It's deflected just wide. That was Armstrong with that effort there. Arsenal giving the ball away, trying to play it out from the back. That was Gabriel with the mistake there. I'm not sure what we're doing. Again, we're trying to play it out from the back. We can't do it. Why do we keep trying to do it? That shot there was deflected by Ben White. It was at Armstrong with the shot. Southampton have a corner. I've only watched the last minute of this game, and so far we've conceded possession far too easily on 2 occasions and allowed Southampton 2 shots at goal. There does seem to be a lot of empty seats in the upper tier in particular. That's a short corner from Southampton into the near post. He's come back in inside the penalty area. Southampton are looking dangerous here. Redmond now on this near side, the left-hand side, but the flag's gone up actually. It is an offside. Neil says, okay, keep me informed. It would be good to see you and some of the boys at some point. He said, no, I totally agree. I'm definitely going to get to some games. I say Leeds was the one I really want to go to, but at the moment I'm struggling with a ticket, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can get one. Neil says, I'm going to listen on the Arsenal app, so I'll catch up with you later. Enjoy the game and hopefully we can get something out of it. Yeah, let's hope so. A win would be good, wouldn't it? But at the moment, we're not playing particularly well. Our passes all over the place, as Rajendra, indeed it is. But we have come forward now. Odegaard up this near side was looking for Saka. So Arsenal attacking the goal to our right in this first half, the clock end. Southampton coming forward again now with Walker-Peters. Runs towards the edge of the Arsenal penalty. In the end, he's crowded out by 3 Arsenal players. Odegaard, one of them. And now Arsenal trying to come forward. I don't know quite what Ben White's doing. He's miles out of position now as Southampton come forward again with Teller. It's a good run down this near side. Plays it in to Armstrong inside the penalty. Armstrong cuts inside, gets a shot away. Good save from Ramsdale. Arsenal are all over the place in this game. It's been a terrible, terrible start. 7.5 minutes gone. Southampton could have already have scored 1 or 2 goals. Arsenal giving the ball away. Ben White there went on a dribble out of defence, lost the ball, caught out of position, and it was Adam Armstrong there with the effort going in towards the near post. A good save from Ramsdale again. And again, Arsenal playing it out from the back, not looking very comfortable at all. Gabriel now over on the far side, plays it square to Ben White. And Arsenal really haven't got going in this game at all. This is a dreadful performance so far. Tomiyasu's attempted clearance there was closed down by Nathan Teller, who's actually looked pretty lively in these opening 8 minutes. In fact, the Southampton front 3, Broja, Armstrong and Teller are all looking very, very lively in these early stages. We're struggling to cope, actually. But Southampton have got a throw now. Walker-Peters on this near side. Throws it back to Jan Bednarak, the big Polish defender for Southampton. Brings the ball forward over halfway, then finds Walker-Peters on this near side. He plays it back to Jack Stevens. Southampton looking in control of this game in these opening 8.5 minutes. It is still Arsenal 0, Southampton 0, but Southampton have had a couple of good chances to score early in this game. They're coming forward again down this near side. Walker-Peters, that was a good ball in to Teller. He knocks it past Ben White, goes after it, but Ben White gets there, but then loses out. This is poor play. It's Broja now for Southampton on this near side. Ben White this time concedes the throw. He got there first initially, but then cut back inside and ran straight into trouble in the form of Armando Broja. the Albanian forward for Southampton, who's looking a good player actually, young player, looking decent. He scored a few goals this season already for Southampton. Just so you're aware, Theo Walcott, of course, is on the bench actually today for Southampton on his return to the Emirates. He did score in his fixture last season. It finished in a 1-1 draw. Aubameyang got Arsenal's equaliser that night. He's not in the squad, as we said today. Southampton again coming forward, across into the near post. Gabriel this time with the interception. Again, we're trying to play it out from the back, almost get caught. But Ødegaard now plays the ball over onto that far side, looking to get Kieran Tierney away, but the pass was overhit. And Tino Livramento there can tidy up for Southampton, plays it back to goalkeeper Willie Caballero, the 40-year-old former Manchester City goalkeeper, of course, getting a game today for Southampton. They've got a few injuries in their goalkeeping position, so he's having to play today. Unusually, Rajendra says the team's not focused. No, we're not focused at all. We're all over the gap, is what we are. Southampton coming forward again. This time Kieran Tierney's on the cover there and gets the ball. But again, that's a poor ball from Kieran Tierney. Livramento now over on that far side. The on-loan player from Chelsea, of course. After they bought him from Chelsea. Anyway, I know he was playing for Chelsea. Anyway, they're coming forward again down the far side. This time, can Southampton get across into the box? Good defensive play that was from Gabriel Martinelli. He's going to be a corner to Southampton again. They have been the better team in this opening 10 minutes, it has to be said. Under Ralph Hasenhüttl, Southampton they're not losing many games this season. They're the draw specialists, actually. There was a poor ball from Kieran Tierney, which started that move, actually, a really poor ball. He was looking for Martinelli, but Martinelli did get back well, defended well. But Southampton do have a corner over on that far side. They were almost had an opportunity from the last one. In the end, it was offside. Let's see what happens. It's going to be Ward-Prowse, of course. James Ward-Prowse, good set-piece deliverer. That was a low one into the near post. Not a great ball back to him, actually. Southampton haven't made the most of this maybe. But cross comes in from the edge of the box. A header there. Powerful header away from Thomas Partey. Now Arsenal can maybe get a breakaway with Lacazette. No, they can't. A referee has pulled it back for a free kick against the Arsenal captain, Alexander Lacazette, who's captain again today in the absence of the actual captain, who's not much of a captain anyway, if we're honest. Good header away that was from Thomas Partey. Bit of a clumsy challenge, actually, from Lacazette. Probably the right decision, actually, for a free kick, if we're honest. It was a bit of a clumsy challenge from the Frenchman, and it is going to be a free kick to Southampton. It's quite central. It's about 10, 15 yards outside the D of the Arsenal penalty area, just slightly to the right-hand side, but only just slightly. Of course, it's going to be Ward-Prowse with his delivery. You would expect he can score from here. He certainly scored from this sort of distance before. Will he have a strike at goal, or is he going to chip it in? No, he goes for a strike at goal, but Aaron Ramsdale has to push it round the post. A good strike that was from Ward-Prowse. Very good player is Ward-Prowse, actually. A player that I would love to have had at Arsenal a year or so ago. I think that ship's probably sailed now. He's going to probably end up being another Matthew Letizia, isn't he? Staying at Southampton his whole career. But a good player, Ward-Prowse. Good set-piece delivery. That was a good free kick. Ramsdale took no chances. Make sure he pushed it around the post. But here's another corner to Southampton. 12 and a half minutes play, just over. Again, it's going to be Ward-Prowse with the corner. The Southampton captain. There's not a lot of Southampton players in and around the 6-yard box, but this ball comes in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's headed up rather than out by Thomas Partey. And now Arsenal can maybe get a breakaway with Gabriel Martinelli, can we? Again, though, we lose the ball. Martinelli tried to do too much. And it has now bounced through to Aaron Ramsdale. This has been a poor spell this from Arsenal. We can't get out of our own half. Rajendra says there we should have scored in the first 2 minutes, but not focusing our passing. No, we're not being focused at all. Really, really poor. Now Ramsdale goes long up this near side, looking for Tomiyasu, wins the header towards Bukayo Saka, but Bednarek was round there, and Gabriel now should be able to tidy this up. Plays it in to midfield to Granit Xhaka. Always pass there's cut out as well. Another poor pass from Arsenal. Southampton coming forward again, but Arsenal have won it back now with Thomas Partey. Now he finds Martin Ødegaard, who then finds Bukayo Saka. Now it's back with Tomiyasu, plays it square to Granit Xhaka's got a little bit of space. That's a long ball out to that far side to Gabriel Martinelli, running at Livramento. He's gone past Livramento. Can he get across? Oh, good defending by the Southampton fullback there. He's going to be a corner to Arsenal, but Martinelli there, very direct, wanting to run past the Southampton fullback, get to the byline. but Livramento kept with him, and Arsenal have got a corner. We've got a comment that says, Tomiyasu have done great since joining Arsenal. Do you agree? Great signing. Awful start to this game. Going for 2-1 Arsenal. Lacazette to score. Yeah, it has been a terrible start to this game. Livramento has now actually gone down injured behind the goal following that bit of defending that he just did there. Livramento. He's having a good season for Southampton. Good run that was from Martinelli. It was good defending actually from the Southampton right back, but he's got himself an injury. He's getting treatment behind the goal. Arsenal are going to take this corner. Southampton have only got 10 players at the most. Whips in towards the near post, but it's headed out by a Southampton head, and then Ødegaard wins it, plays it back to Tierney, knocks it out to that far side, back to Gabriel Martinelli, cuts inside, a good cross towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Again, it's a Southampton head. I think that was Bednarek, who's about 8'4", so it's not surprising he's going to win a lot of headers in that defence. Now they play the ball up the line again. Ben White's going to be put under pressure by Armstrong, but he does well and finds the goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale, who plays it short over to that far side to Kieran Tierney, plays it in to Thomas Partey, into Tomiyasu. A little bit of a heavy touch, but the ball runs on to Martin Ødegaard. And he just plays a little square ball to Xhaka again. Xhaka's lost the ball in midfield, and Arsenal now could be exposed again. Just really, really not playing very well at all at the moment. Now the ball's over on that far side with Nathan Redmond, and now James Ward-Prowse in midfield for Southampton, plays it back to Stevens, who plays it square to Bednarek, and to Walker-Peters on this near touchline. That's a good ball in to Redmond. Now ball over the top there. That's a good ball actually. This is an opportunity for Southampton. Was he fouled there by Bukayo Saka on the edge of the penalty area? He was. It's going to be a free kick to Southampton. Bukayo Saka there running back. There's a good bit of play that was from Southampton. Walker-Peters into Redmond, and a ball made over the top. Again, it was Walker-Peters was in just on the edge of the penalty area. Bukayo Saka's got back, pushed him in the back, just on the edge of the penalty area. Like Martinelli, he runs at defenders and scares them. Different to Lacazette and Aubameyang. Yeah, no, Martinelli does. Yeah, he just did it there, didn't he? It was a good run that was. And we need players to do that more, don't we? We don't have enough of that in our team. I don't know if they're encouraged. Bukayo Saka just picked up booking for that foul. I don't think you can have too many complaints about it. The free kick actually is about a yard or two just outside the penalty on this left-hand side. It's probably in line with the edge of the 6-yard box, but just to say a yard or two outside the penalty area. This is the range for James Ward-Prowse. We know what his set pieces are like. He's already had one free kick, which Aaron Ramsdale had to push around the post. This is another opportunity. He can certainly whip this up and round to that far corner. He's certainly got the quality to do it, hasn't he, James Ward-Prowse? We know how good he is. Are we going to be made to pay? We've got a wall just stood on the near post. Southampton have then got a wall just slightly to the right as we look. And James Ward-Prowse is going to take this free kick. I'm sure he's going to go over the Southampton wall and try and curl it in that top corner. We know he's capable of it. Let's see what the outcome of this free kick is. Nearly 18 minutes played. James Ward-Prowse with his free kick. Curls it round just over the top. He was going for that top far corner. That was where the gap was. You could see that's where he was going to go. He couldn't keep it down, and it's gone up behind for an Arsenal goal kick. Michael's in chat here. He says, since Xhaka has been playing, the whole Arsenal tempo is so slow. It wasn't that much quicker before, and he wasn't playing, to be fair, was it? Let's be honest. And dangerous Ward-Prowse, one of the best free kick takers in the Premier League. No, he is. I totally agree. I think he's a fantastic player as well. He has got great free kick delivery, but I think he's a great all-round player. And I say I would have loved him at Arsenal. I still would, but I just can't see us ever getting him. But yeah, a great player, and he was unlucky with that free kick, wasn't he? It was maybe a little bit too close to get it up and down and over the wall, isn't it? It's very. You're probably better off being 3 or 4 yards further back, aren't you? So you've got more time to get it down. But it was a good effort actually. But Southampton are playing well. They're looking dangerous, and we're actually all over the place. Our passing's been terrible, and Southampton again are coming forward. But we just about managed to deal with that. Thomas Partey plays it back to Ben White. They're closing us down really early, Southampton, not giving us any time on the ball. Rajendra says it's not the tempo, but the passing. Well, in this game, the passing has been dreadful. It wasn't much better against Everton, was it? Let's be honest. But it's the same 11 starting, so I don't suppose we should be surprised. Tomiyasu now on the near side. Again, he's put under pressure, falls back to Ramsdale. Ramsdale comes out of his penalty area and then goes long, deep into the Southampton half. Bednarek is there with the header. He's got to be one of the tallest players in the Premier League, hasn't he? Jan Bednarek, the Polish defender for Southampton. And we're not going to win too much in the air against him, are we? We don't have the tallest attack, do we, either, which probably doesn't help. Ben White plays it square to Gabriel, gets the ball out of his feet and then plays it in to Granit Xhaka. Nice to see Jack Wilshere at Arsenal there coaching. Yeah, no, I did like to see that, yeah. Did you see that we should sign him? He's a lot better than Xhaka. Well, we don't know how fit he is, do we, to play? That's the problem. I mean, technically, we know what a great player Jack Wilshere's always been. But is he fit enough to play? That's the question, isn't it? We don't know. I wouldn't have any problem with him signing in January, actually. Bukayo Saka now down his near side for Arsenal inside the penalty area, pulls the ball back to the penalty spot. Lacazette, he scored! Arsenal have got a goal, 20 minutes played against a run of play of what I've seen of this game so far. It has to be said, that was the best move we've strung together. We beat their press, played it out from the back. It actually worked for once. It was a great ball, actually, to Bukayo Saka on the right-hand side. He got towards the edge of the penalty area, pulled it back, and there was Lacazette from about 12 yards, fired it in. Finally, Lacazette getting into the penalty area, and that's what happens when you get your strikers inside the box. They quite often can find themselves with an opportunity to score. Lacazette's done it, and it is, of course, as we like to say. Decent goal, that, to be fair. Really well worked move. Some good play down the right-hand side. A lovely ball from Saka, and Lacazette puts it into the top corner. Really, really good finish. A good goal. And that's the first time, really, that we've strung anything together in this game so far. Southampton will feel a little bit unfortunate that they're behind, but that's football, isn't it? You know, we ripped them apart there with that move. Brilliant stuff. 1-0 there, as Rajendra says. Goal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Yeah, we've done that one. Shane says there's a roller coaster of being an Arsenal fan. Yeah, exactly. It is a bit of a roller coaster, isn't it? That was what should have happened in the first minute. Oh, was it? Okay, I didn't see that because I was having trouble with the stream, but no doubt we'll see that at half time. But we do lead. 21 minutes played. Alexander Lacazette with only his second goal in the Premier League this season. I read a stat somewhere. He'd only had 5 shots. Well, he's had 6 now, and that one's gone in. So I suppose that's not bad, is it? 2 goals from 6 shots. Imagine if he shot a few more times. He may score a few more goals, mightn't he? But quite often he's not in those positions, is he? To get on the end of crosses. But he was at the end of that one. It was a pull back from the right-hand side from Bukayo Saka. Another assist for a little star boy there. Great play, actually. It's a good move from Arsenal. Good football. When that comes off, it looks really good. Unfortunately, it doesn't come off often enough, does it? But that was really good football there. A lovely goal. And we have got the lead. But let's remember, before we get too excited, we have led 1-0 in our last 2 games and come away with no points. So, you know, it's very, very early to be in front, isn't it? We do tend to get our goals quite early at the Emirates generally. But there's a free kick there against Bukayo Saka. Is it offside? Just got that assist, of course. Another comment there says, great stuff. Lacazette, so underrated. He is. He does a lot of work for the team. I think we should sign him. His contract nearly finished, isn't it? Yeah, he's got a year left, isn't he? So if he hasn't sorted it out by Christmas, I think he can speak to other clubs, can't he? Sign a pre-contract agreement or whatever it is. I mean, you've got to look at his age as well, though. Is he the future of the club? I don't know if he is. Maybe we should start looking for, you know, 1 or 2 new strikers. I'd like to see the whole tactics change. I don't think it really matters who our strikers are. We're not committing enough men forward. We're not getting the strikers in the box. And you've only got to see, you know, Aubameyang's gone from a 30-goal-a-year striker to struggling to get double figures. You know, and that's not necessarily just down to the play. I think it's down to the style of play and the tactics. And, you know, Lacazette's struggling for goals as well, isn't he? I mean, I say it's only his 2nd Premier League goal of the season. And the first one he scored in a game that he started. And Southampton, again, Arsenal give the ball away. Southampton have got another opportunity. Broja there was a little bit too casual, actually, on the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. And we are able to get the ball clear. But again, we've given it away. Again, it was Granit Xhaka who's given it away. I've tried to support Granit Xhaka, and I'll always try to, but he's not had a very good game in these opening 24, 25 minutes today, giving the ball away a few times, not looked very good at all. Southampton again in possession on this near side with Kyle Walker-Peters. Not Kyle Walker, of course, who plays for Man City, but Kyle Walker-Peters. Dat Balogun plays good at Rangers. Is he back good now? He's a young player, and he's in the under-23, scoring goals every week at the top of the league, but he's not getting a chance in the first team for some reason. I'm not quite exactly sure about. Anyway, Empress 29 says, "Good afternoon, Richard. Hope the team turns up for this one." Yeah, I mean, we're leading. We haven't really turned up that much yet. I don't think we've played particularly well, but we've got a goal with a really good counter-attacking move down the right-hand side that Lacazette finished off. So we've got ourselves in front, which I think was important. But Southampton could have scored 2 or 3 goals before that. They've had some good opportunities, actually. Aaron Ramsdale's made a good save, and they've missed 1 or 2 others. So we're certainly not playing anywhere near our best, miles away from being our best. Teller's just fouled Bukayo Saka there, pushing the back. And it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal over on this near side. 25.5 minutes played at the Emirates. Arsenal 1, Southampton 0. The goal just a couple of moments ago from Lacazette. Only his 2nd Premier League goal of the season, his 3rd in total. Of course, he did score in the Carabao Cup at West Brom. Actually, he scored 2 in the Carabao Cup, so it's his 4th goal of the season, isn't it, in all competitions? But only 2nd in the Premier League. The ball's played out to that far side to Gabriel Martinelli. Cuts inside, plays a square ball to Tomiyasu, who's very central. Plays a little ball in to Martin Odegaard. Now to Saka on his right-hand side again. He's got 2 Southampton players in front of him. Keeps the ball well, finds Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu whips across in towards the far post. Kieran Tierney. The ball gets stuck under his foot, but he's still got it. Tries to dink it back across. Heads it back into the 6-yard box. Martin Odegaard scored. He's scored for the 3rd game in a row. It is 2-0 to Arsenal. Martin Odegaard with the goal. Not quite sure where that came from, really. 2-0, 2 goals in very quick succession. And despite not playing particularly well, we have got ourselves a 2-0 lead. This, again, was a little bit of pressure there. Good move. It was a cross from Tomiyasu to the far post. Kieran Tierney tried to hit it on the volley, actually. In fact, Lacazette may have been offside, but he didn't get involved in it. And then Kieran Tierney, at the 2nd attempt, headed it back across. And then from 6 yards, Odegaard arrived to head it in to the net. And Arsenal now do lead by 2-0. A strange goal, actually. Kieran Tierney tried to volley it, missed it completely. His cross was blocked. It came back to him. He headed it back across the 6-yard box. And then Odegaard arrived to nod home from very similar position that he scored against Everton, actually. But this one was with a header. We've got a few comments in there. Rajendra says, goals, 2-0, 2-0. Played a theme. I haven't got a 2-0 one. I'll play the goal theme. I haven't got a 2-0 one. Martin Odegaard is great, totally underrated. Was great at Real Sociedad before Arsenal. He was, 3 goals in 3 games. Great stuff. Could be 4 or 5 in this game. It could be now. I was a bit worried at the beginning because they were playing quite well, Southampton. Where do we go up to in the league? 5th or 6th if we win? I think we could be 5th depending on the other results. But I think we'll be back up to 5th again. But other teams, of course, are playing, aren't they, over the rest of this weekend? So we'll see where we end up. Gabriel Martinelli now. That's a good break on. That's a good ball to Lacazette. And towards the edge of the penalty, it's going to be 3-0. Oh, he tried to square it across to Martinelli. Maybe should have gone for goal. Maybe lacking a little bit of confidence there. Regina says the show's theme. The over and over again. Yeah, I could do, couldn't I? Actually, maybe if we score another one, I will. I want to get one for every goal, really. But obviously, we've got the 1-0 because that's the famous chant, isn't it? Maybe I just have to keep playing that every time. It's another ball over the top towards Saka. Caballero comes out and actually does quite well for a 40-year-old. Showed good athleticism there. The Southampton goalkeeper was a long ball over the top. And Arsenal have has a good break there. Lacazette, he was just onside as well, I think. It was a good ball from Martinelli to find him. Lacazette there should have gone for goal. He tried to play it back across to Martinelli. He would have had a simple tap-in. And now I hope we don't do an Arsenal and it's 3-2 to Southampton, score 91st minute. I'll cry if that happens. I'm pretty sure it won't do. Having said that, I mean, Southampton did start this game well, and quite how we're 2-0 up, I'm not entirely sure, I've got to be honest. With me Banagon with a score. Oh, there it is. I'm not entirely sure how we are 2-0 up, but we are. and I suppose that's the main thing, isn't it? And we took the goals pretty well, actually. Odd to be playing on a counter attack as we have done at home. Usually you'd have expected us to have more possession, but we've allowed Southampton to come onto us, and we have picked them off twice now in quick succession on the counter to lead by 2-0. But we'll see what happens. Shane says there, the first goal was brilliant, but the second goal is a type of goal I love to see, making our own luck sometimes. Yeah, I mean, it was a stranger goal, wasn't it? The second one. But again, Martin Ødegaard getting on the end of things. And again, our midfield players are popping up with the goals, aren't they? That's been a key aspect of our play. You know, very sort of similar to Manchester City in that way. You know, they don't really have a striker much, do they? It's mainly their midfielders that are scoring. So we're kind of going down the same path, really, aren't we? Most of our goals are coming from midfield, certainly in recent games. You know, a lot of them have been. I say Martin Ødegaard with 3 goals, isn't it? 3 games in a row. Great stuff from him, and unusually as well a header. He doesn't get many headers, does he? Martin Ødegaard, not noted for his heading ability, but he got that one very, very close in. And there's just been a slight injury to a Southampton player who's just going off. I wonder if we buy anyone in January after getting White and Tomiyasu in summer. Maybe not. I need centre half, I think. Centre forward, sorry. Yeah, no, we do need a centre forward, and I think we need more players in midfield as well. We need some extra numbers in midfield, a bit better quality maybe. But we'll see. We'll see what January brings. I'm not sure if we'll be able to buy too many more players. We have spent a lot of money already this season, so we'll see what happens. We may well add 1 or 2 to the squad, maybe 1 or 2 loans possibly. They tend to happen quite a lot in January, don't they? And of course, obviously, we've got an issue with Aubameyang at the moment. And yeah, maybe a centre forward is what we're going to need anyway. Although looking at the way we've played in this first half, we've been a lot more direct, perhaps, you know, getting the ball forward, which we wasn't really doing before. And Lacazette took his goal very well, didn't he? The first goal. And he was in there in the area for the second one as well. In the end, it was, I say, Martin Ødegaard who scored. But at least Lacazette's getting himself into better positions in this game than he has done maybe recently. He's found himself, you know, too far out from goal when we've got the ball into the box. But today he's got himself in there and he's got himself a goal. But Southampton are coming forward again down this near side. This is good play. Ben White, though, good defending from White. And then he plays a long ball clearance. He did well there, Ben White, actually. He was just slightly looked like he'd got the wrong side of his man, just briefly inside the penalty area. And Nathan Teller again, who's looked dangerous down this near side. Surprised Pepe not playing. Really good at dribbling and scoring wing backs. I think he's great. I don't think Arteta agrees with me. Well, no, Arteta clearly doesn't agree with me because he's not getting any game time, is he, at the moment? I don't know what's happening there. Again, Arteta's man management getting called into question, perhaps. He seems to just leave players out of the team for a long time, doesn't he? You know, players aren't in and out of the team really with Arteta. They either play every week or they don't play at all. He's done that a few times with different players, hasn't he, over the 2 years that he's been. So yeah, I don't know. He needs to sort that out really, because you've got to manage your players better, haven't you? That's what you've got to be able to do that. And unfortunately, he does seem to struggle a little bit with that aspect of the play. But anyway, Martin Ødegaard there goes back to Aaron Ramsdale. It's a slightly loose touch, but then he recovers, plays it back in to Thomas Partey, who's looked a little bit better in this game than recently. Shane says that 3 goals in a row for Ødegaard and should have been 4 if not for Uber. That's right, yeah, because of course Uber denied him a goal against Newcastle. No, that was against Watford, wasn't it? I think it wouldn't have been 4 in a row. If he keeps this up, he will be played as a false 9. Well, he kind of is a false 9 already in a way, isn't he? His positioning in the team seems to have almost become a false 9. Rajendra says there, Balogun needs to get minutes, but had a rough first 2 games. Yeah, he did, and unfortunately, again, you see, it's what I said about Arteta. He either picks you all the time or he doesn't pick you at all. That seems to be his way of managing players, which, you know, you've got to give players time, haven't you? And Balogun needs time to adapt to the pace and the strength of the Premier League. He's not going to get that playing in the under-23s, is he? So he needs to be given minutes on the pitch. And it's not like that the strikers at the moment that are playing are scoring goals, because they're not. None of them really. I know Lacazette's got one today, but it's only his second. It's only his second Premier League goal of the season, and Aubameyang's only scored 4. So it's not like the strikers are scoring goals, are they? So why isn't Balogun at least getting on the bench, getting minutes here and there? That's what we need. And Pepe as well, who can score goals. Why is he not getting off the bench at least? Lokonga is a good midfielder. Yeah, he is young, just inexperienced. When I've seen him play, he's been good and drives forward. No, he's a decent young player, and I'm sure he's going to improve a lot over the next few years. Regina says, but that is the problem, as we want the team to win all the time. We want the team to win all the time, of course we do, but you can't play the same 11 players every week. We've got a squad of players, and we need a little bit of rotation. And it seems as though Arteta just wants to pick the same players week in, week out. And sometimes you've got to make a few changes, haven't you? Again, Arteta's over-coaching on the sidelines again, which really does annoy me. Just let them get on with it, mate. Just let them play. You've given them the instructions before the game. You must have worked on it in training. Let them do it. And if it's not working, you can sort it out at half time, which is 11 minutes away, 10 and a half minutes away. So I don't like to see the way Arteta's constantly doing that, actually. So he doesn't trust the players. And if he doesn't trust them, then they're not going to trust him, are they? But anyway, we are winning 2-0 in this game. We need to remember that. And it's not been a great Arsenal performance. We've got to be honest about it. But ultimately, we have got the 2 goals and we do lead this game. Although Southampton have probably been the better team in these opening 35 minutes, if we're totally honest. But anyway, there was a throw there by Kyle Walker-Peters for Southampton on this near side as they look to try to find a way back into this game. It's now gone all the way back to Willie Caballero, the sort of third choice goalkeeper really for Southampton, isn't he? He's only playing due to the injuries that they've got. He obviously wouldn't have necessarily been expecting to be playing in this game, would he? But couldn't do much about the 2 goals that have gone past him. He hasn't really had a lot else to do. So it's difficult to judge how well he's been playing, really. But he's in the team and he has conceded 2 goals. Aaron Ramsdale's probably been the busier of the 2 goalkeepers, actually, if I'm totally honest, in this game, in this first half. But anyway, it's Arsenal that have got the goals. And Southampton now trying to build another attack. So they played quite well, Southampton. You've got to give them credit. They've looked a decent team. Partey is not the player that played for Leckham did. No, he certainly is not. That's a very good point there. Hope he settles at Arsenal because he's great defensive midfielder. Watched him for years. Yeah, he was brilliant for Atletico, wasn't he? I don't quite know where that player's gone because it's certainly not. It's not really happening for him at Arsenal yet, has it? I know he's had a few injuries and stuff like that, and I suppose that's probably a factor. But yeah, he hasn't really got going in an Arsenal shirt yet, has he? He's been very hit and miss. He hasn't managed to string together any consistent performances, and it's a shame because we know he has got quality and we know what he can bring to the team, but it's just not quite happening for him, is it? So yeah, it's a shame, but I'm sure he will get better, and I'm sure the best of Thomas Partey at Arsenal is yet to come. I'm sure it is. Tomiyasu now have a throw for Arsenal on this near side, throws it up the line towards Granit Xhaka and then gets it back. Tries to play a long ball, but it's cut out quite easily, actually, and Southampton can now come forward themselves. But good defensive play from Martinelli. He's looking really up for this game. The young Brazilian getting a little run in the team now. We can see his quality when he plays. He was looking a little bit shaky before, earlier on in the season when he'd come on, but that's because he wasn't playing enough. He's now started, 3 or 4 games in a row, and you can see the quality that he's got. And he's having a good game here now. Lacazette coming forward for Arsenal. Lacazette, is he going to score again? Oh, it's a slightly heavy touch. Gave Walker-Peters, it was the opportunity to get the tackle in. Just one touch too many from Lacazette. As soon as he got into the penalty area, he should have hit it. The opportunity there opened up. The space opened up in front of him. He should have hit that, but he didn't. He took an extra touch there and it ran away from him. And Walker-Peters was able to come across. He's just got to hit that when as soon as the space opened up, they try and put that low into that bottom corner. James says it's because refs will send him off if he plays like he did for him. Well, yeah, he's got to change slightly, but I don't think that's just the reason, is it? He's just his general passing, his ball control sometimes is really poor, and that's nothing to do with him worried about getting sent off, is it? That's just to do with maybe a confidence thing, or I don't know what it is. But he needs to improve, Thomas Partey. He's played a bit better today so far, to be fair. He's had an all right game. He's made 1 or 2 little mistakes, but overall he's looked a lot more kind of solid and composed and reached. That's a poor clearance actually from Caballero. Oh, it's a brilliant play from Odegaard. Saka's in. Good save from Caballero there. It was a poor clearance initially, actually, by the Southampton goalkeeper. It went straight to Granit Xhaka, headed it down. Ødegaard, lovely back heel, put Saka in, but good save from Caballero. He stood strong. Lovely back heel that was. Saka there on his right foot. Obviously not his strongest, but he certainly got behind that. It's a good save. And Arsenal do have a corner on this near side, which Saka actually is going to take as well. Let's see what the delivery is like from Bukayo Saka. He's in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, but again, it's a Southampton head. Again, I think it might have been Bednarek who got that away, but not very far. Martinelli now needed a penalty, twisting and turning, looking for an opening. He's found Tomiyasu, and he just goes back to Kieran Tierney. Plays out to that far side to Lacazette. Sorry, what's he doing out there? Lacazette plays it into Xhaka. Lacazette now, can he get a crossing inside the penalty area? No, he's held up. Plays it back to Xhaka, which intervals the near post. Cleared away by Southampton, but only to Ødegaard, who then lofts it out, and it's going to be a goal kick to Southampton. Good spell of pressure that was there from Arsenal as we move towards the last 4.5 minutes of this first half. Arsenal 2, Southampton 0. A mixed first half for Arsenal, has to be said. We've had some really poor spell where Southampton were on top, had 2 or 3 chances to score, but then we broke out midway through the half, got the goal with Lacazette, and it looks like Adam Armstrong for Southampton has gone down again, and I think it might be his game up before half-time. Will we see Theo Walcott maybe come on for him, or Shane Long possibly? Of course, Shane Long's got a very good goal-scoring record against Arsenal, hasn't he? So let's hope it's not him. But it looks like Armstrong's game is done, and the substitute is coming on, and can't see who it is actually. But anyway, it might be Elanusi, perhaps, who's coming on for Southampton, taking his layers off. It's a very cold afternoon to be sitting on the bench. But Adam Armstrong is limping off. It looks like maybe a calf injury to his right calf. His right calf, here it is. And he's now being replaced. It is Elanusi who's coming on. Mohamed Elanusi, the Norwegian, who's coming on for Armstrong, whose game is done. I say 42 minutes, and he's had to go off with this injury. It's the second time he's gone down injured. And it's Elanusi who's coming on for Southampton. Let's see what impact he has for them. All in black, Southampton with red trim on their kit. Quite a nice kit, to be fair, for the away kit. And it's the first substitution of the day. So Caballero is going to restart the game with his free kick for Southampton. We're into the last couple of minutes of this first half. There'll be a little bit of injury time, of course, following those stoppages there for the injury to Armstrong and 1 or 2 other little stoppages as well. But Southampton looking to get back into this game. That goes back to Ramsdale, and that's a rather lucky clearance that it went that far, actually. Rajendra says there, Southampton only attacking for 12 minutes. I don't know. I think they've attacked pretty well throughout this first half, actually. We've had 1 or 2 spells. We've maybe attacked for 12 minutes, but we've got our 2 goals during that time. And now we're playing it out, trying to play it out from the back. And again, that's poor. Was that Kieran Tierney? That was Granit Xhaka again, actually giving it away. Southampton out to the byline, pulls the ball across, but Xhaka makes up for that mistake. And I think, is it going to be another corner, or had it already gone out? It was Livramento there getting forward for Southampton. He likes to do, doesn't he, from full-back position. Bombs forward. He got right to the byline there. It was a mistake by Granit Xhaka initially, gave the ball away. If it is a goal kick, it must have just run out. But Xhaka got back well. And we're now into the last 90 seconds of the first half, with normal time in the first half anyway. So there will be some stoppages, I'm sure. It's going to be a goal kick now, which Aaron Ramsdale is going to take long this time. Deep into the Southampton half. Good header away again by Bednarek. We're not going to get much change out of him in the air, are we? Tomiyasu does well on this near side, battling away, and he's going to be a throw to Southampton in the last minute of this first half. Rajendra says there, hopefully Pepe will get a chance to play. Maybe he will. Yeah, he's not been on the pitch, has he, much in recent weeks at all. Southampton taking that throw quickly with Kyle Walker-Peters to Bednarek. And it's going to go all the way back to goalkeeper Willy Caballero, the Argentinian, of course. very experienced goalkeeper. Well, certainly experienced in terms of the number of years he's been playing football, but not really playing that many games. He's generally been a second choice, hasn't he, throughout his career? But he's getting an opportunity today. And he'll be disappointed he's letting a couple of goals, although I don't think they're really his fault. He hasn't really done anything wrong. He's just not really had the opportunity to really make any saves as yet. But anyway, we will see what happens as we come down towards the end of this first half. It's been a little bit of a strange first half. I think Southampton have got another free kick right on the edge of the penalty area. My screen's going a bit funny at the minute, but anyway, let's see if I can get this back up just as we approach half time here at the Emirates. It is still Arsenal 2, Southampton 0, but Southampton are going to finish this half with a free kick in another dangerous area. It was a foul there by Thomas Partey, again right on the edge of the area. It's a very similar position actually to that one a little bit earlier, which Ward-Prowse just couldn't quite get up and down. We're into now 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half, and it is a free kick to Southampton, just to the left-hand side of the penalty area. About again, it's about 2 or 3 yards outside the area. It's almost exactly the same position from where Ward-Prowse fired over a little bit earlier. So what we need to do is him to do the same again. Hopefully that wasn't a sighter for him, because the Southampton goal now, right on the stroke of half time, could really put a different complexion on this game. So he's going to be Ward-Prowse again. Very similar lineup to before. Southampton again have got some players just to the right of our wall as we look. Ward-Prowse, this time it goes over the top again, but it's deflected off the wall. The wall did its job. He went to go maybe more at the near post this time, but it is going to be a corner to Southampton. Good defending that was there from Arsenal from that free kick. And it is still 2-0 as we move into the last minute of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Arsenal need to see this out at 2-0. That would put us in a really good position for the second half. Ward-Prowse with this corner over to the far side. Ramsdale's up there. Good catch from the Arsenal goalkeeper. Now, can we start a counter-attack? Ramsdale's gone very long with that kick, looking for Martinelli. Martinelli's in now at the other end for Arsenal. Can Arsenal get a third goal as we come down towards the half-time mark here at the Emirates? The answer to that question appears to be no, but my screen's just frozen. In fact, it is no, because the ball there has gone behind. It was a quick counter-attack, a good throw, a kick actually from Ramsdale. Martinelli's got in behind at the Southampton defence, and he was just held up there. In the end, he has managed to win a corner. It's good defending actually from Southampton as we move down, clicking down towards half-time. But it's a corner to Arsenal. We're going to end this first half on top. Martinelli with that corner swung in. Oh, it's headed away by Southampton. Martinelli heads it back in again. Lacazette looks offside. Xhaka then tries to put in. Lacazette's inside the 6-yard box. Again, a Southampton defender. That was Stevens that time. Jack Stevens with the clearance. Southampton just clinging on here now at the end of this first half. I think a third goal would probably end this as a contest, it has to be said. Lacazette was almost in there, and Jack Stevens just did well to scoop the ball away and behind. But we have got a corner over on that far side. Martinelli with it again. Again, it's whipped in towards the near post, but Caballero comes for that. And Granit Xhaka is in his face. And just as that happens, the referee does blow for half-time. I don't know what Lacazette and Thomas Partey are in conversation there about something. But anyway, it is half-time at the Emirates. It is Arsenal 2, Southampton 0. It's been a bit of a strange first half. Arsenal started well, could have scored very early on. And then Southampton had a really good spell. They had 2 or 3 good efforts at goal. Could have got themselves in front, actually. Ramsdale made a good save, as you'd expect him to do. But then, from almost out of nowhere, Arsenal launched a fantastic counter-attack, actually. Played it out from the back. The ball was played through to Bukayo Saka on the right-hand side. He pulled it back to about 12 yards, and Lacazette arrived to fire into the top corner. A good finish, a good goal to give us the lead, which maybe at that point was against the run of play slightly. But soon after that, 29th minute, we did double our lead. This time it was Tommy Asu with a cross from the right-hand side. Kieran Tierney tried to volley at goal, completely kicked the ball, but he managed to keep possession his original cross was then blocked by a Southampton defender. He headed it back into the 6-yard box, and there was Martin Ødegaard arriving to head home from about 5 yards. His third goal in consecutive matches put us 2-0 up. We had one or two other opportunities as well. Southampton have had one or two opportunities. It's not been a bad game, actually. It's been a lot of goal malfunction at both ends, unusually for an Arsenal game at the Emirates. And Arsenal do have the lead 2-0. And let's hope we can go on and see this game out, get back to winning ways, and possibly get ourselves back in with a chance of, challenging for that top four. Randy says the ref is definitely on Southampton side. Maybe, I don't know, really. There's a couple of strange decisions, but we do get them, don't we? It's just football for you, isn't it? I think that's just the way it goes. Right, I'm going to grab myself a drink at half-time because I just feel like I need one. So please stay tuned, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes for the second half. It is at half-time at the Emirates, Arsenal 2, Southampton 0, and not the greatest half from Arsenal, but we so far so good. We've got the 2 goals. We are ahead, and let's hope we can finish it off. Stay tuned. I'll be back very, very soon. Oh, the music's gone. I must have been too long. I was just getting myself a nice cup of tea and a chocolate bar. Other chocolate bars are available, but I'm having a whisper. But don't worry about that. We are not quite ready for the second half yet. Showing the attack there. Says Tierney couldn't get back in the team and now has 2 assists in 2 games despite not being 100%. Why didn't he start at Liverpool and Man United games? Who knows? Ask the manager. He picks the team. But we'll see what happens in the second half. Agenda says, yeah, we are much better after 20 minutes. That was a fast 45. It was quite an exciting game to watch, actually, end to end at times, wasn't it? Unusually for Arsenal games this season. But we needed a response, didn't we? After Monday night, in particular, which was really poor, wasn't it, the Everton game? So we needed a response, and we've got it. Now we need to build on this lead. It'd be nice, wouldn't it, for us to go on and win a game really comfortably. We've not done that all season, really, have we? Maybe try and get our goal difference back up. I mean, what's our biggest win this season? What, 3-1, isn't it? Which we've done twice. So yeah, it'd be nice to see us actually go out and hammer somebody. And who knows, maybe this is the time. We've not often been like 2-0 up, have we? In many games. Southampton actually had 6 attempts on goal. We only had 3. So it goes to show you, I thought Southampton did play well in that first half, which obviously made it a good game to watch. But we have got the goals, and that's the main thing, isn't it? We're going to be getting underway for the second half very, very shortly. Lacazette 1 goal from 1 shot on target. He had 15 touches, Lacazette, in that first half. 56% pass accuracy. It's not great, is it? 1 shot, 1 goal, which is a nice stat, but makes you wonder why maybe he's not getting more shots to get more goals, really. But anyway, Martin Odegaard, again, 1 shot, 1 goal, 29 touches. He had 64% pass accuracy. Again, that's not great either, is it, really? You want your midfield players to have a lot better pass percentage than that, wouldn't you? Successful pass percentage than that, anyway. To be fair, we're winning the game, and that's the most important thing. The first goal they're just showing here, passing out from the back, Ramsdale to White, Partey, Tomiyasu, nice one-touch passing, then Odegaard to Tomiyasu, then to Saka. And it was a good move. Tomiyasu went off on a run. Looked like he wanted to get his first goal against Southampton. In the end, it fell to Lacazette, who finished it off. It looks good when it works. It just doesn't work often enough, really, does it? The second goal was a little bit fortunate there. Tierney's attempted volley came back to him, his header, and then Ødegaard arrived to head home from 6 yards. So Tierney's got another assist, as indeed he did for Ødegaard's goal the other night as well, didn't he? So those two have been linking up pretty well in recent games. So a satisfactory first half, certainly in terms of the scoreline. To be 2-0 up is great, isn't it? And now it's important in the second half. I want to see us push on, not sit back deep and just try to hold on for a 2-0. I want us to maybe push on and get a third goal, get a fourth goal, and actually give someone a real good beating and try to get this goal difference back, because it's not great, is it? A goal difference at all. Have we ever had a minus goal difference at Christmas before? I can't remember it. Certainly not in my lifetime. I guess we maybe have done. But yeah. Anyway, let's see what happens in the second half. It is, I say, 2-0 to Arsenal. This is a little bit of activity down in the tunnel area. I think the teams are going to be coming out for the second half very, very shortly. I say with Arsenal leading and looking to get back on winning ways. So we've got a good home record. This will be our 6th home win in 8 games in the Premier League, which is decent, isn't it? 1 draw and 1 defeat only. So not a bad record when you think we lost our first home game of the season, didn't we, against Chelsea? So we've been pretty good. Majandra says there, the inaccuracy was in the first 25 minutes. Well, a lot of it was, but, obviously you don't get 64% pass ratio in half a half. Yeah, that's over the whole half. So anyway, Regina did, as I said, improve our goal. That's what we need to do. We need to get a positive goal difference. We've not had a positive goal difference all season, so we need to put that right. Certainly before we get to the halfway point in the season. Of course, this is match number 16, so it's 3 more till we get to halfway. Well, 2 more after this, obviously. I know 3 more, 17, 18, and 19. Yeah. Which is, of course, West Ham to come on Wednesday, Leeds to come next week, and then actually it's Norwich after that. I know Wolves, isn't it? Wolves we haven't played yet, but we played Norwich first on Boxing Day and then Wolves. Norwich, of course, it'll be the second time we would have played them this season, and then, of course, Wolves will complete the 19 different teams that we've played. Arsenal, Southampton are out for the second half already. They've just done a little warm-up, and now Lacazette is just leading Arsenal out. Let's see if there's any changes. I'm not anticipating any changes. When we're losing at half-time, we don't tend to make too many, do we? So we're certainly not going to when we're winning. Of course, we were winning at half-time on Monday, wasn't we? No, that was by only 1 goal. And, of course, Everton came back to win. So we need to be focused in this second half. Regina says there, a 6-0 to help. Well, 6-0 would be great, wouldn't it? We did beat Southampton 6-0 once, didn't we? 7 or 8 years ago, I seem to remember at the Emirates. I think it was the first home game of the season. I think they just come up to the Premier League. I think it was either 6-0 or 6-1, wasn't it? That was a good game. We absolutely hammered them that day. But, of course, that was under a manager who liked the team to play attacking football and score goals. This one doesn't seem to. But anyway, let's have a look. Shane says there, with Xmas coming soon, would love to hear your Melvin and Adam's favourite games you went to over the years. I love hearing the stories of games you went to. Now, I mean, we can maybe do that. Maybe in one of the shows coming up. Certainly a lot to choose from. I personally would maybe pick some games that, obviously there's so many obvious games, isn't there? Cup finals and all that kind of stuff. But just a lot of basic general league games I really enjoyed, going back to the 80s and stuff like that. That could be a good show, actually. Maybe we may do that, actually. Oh, that's a good idea, Shane. I like that. Maybe do one over the Christmas holidays or something. Maybe pick a show and do an archive show looking back. Also coming forward now, Lacazette plays it on to Martinelli down this near side. Gabriel Martinelli just inside the penalty area, cuts back inside, plays it back to the edge of the penalty area to Granit Xhaka. Hits it high and over the bar. That shot was almost as good as a Thomas Partey shot, wasn't it? Very similar outcome. Good move that Lacazette played the ball on well to Martinelli down this near side. And he pulled it back to the edge of the penalty area, and Xhaka's shot closed down. He couldn't get all the way underneath it, and it's gone over the top for a goal kick. But that was a decent start to the first half for Arsenal. Shot from Granit Xhaka. I think a third goal for Arsenal could well be the springboard for us to go on, actually, and and get a big win, and a big win, I say, with that goal difference. But the next goal could be crucial. If Southampton do score next and it's 2-1, suddenly, who knows, we could be get nervy and start the second half. Martin Odegaard tries to thread it through to Saka inside the box, but Bednarak there read that well, and Southampton can come forward themselves now. Nathan Redmond plays it out to this near side to Livramento, the fullback for Southampton. Good player, very good player. There's a couple of good young right backs, isn't there? English right backs. Tarek Lamptey, of course, at Brighton, and Tino Livramento as well at Southampton. Two really, really good young right backs, English right backs, who could force their way into the national team as well this season. Perhaps, the World Cup, of course, a year or so away. There's going to be a few young English players who are going to be knocking on the door. Smith Rowe, of course, for us, who's already been in the England squad this season, hasn't he? Got his first goal recently as well. Southampton now coming for Ward-Prowse, another player who will be hoping to be at the World Cup next, this time next year, isn't it? And there'll be a few others as well. It could be 3 or 4 Arsenal players at the World Cup, couldn't it? Aaron Ramsdale, Smith Rowe, Saka, Ben White potentially. And yeah, we could have a few there for a change. Not been much Arsenal representation at World Cups from England, certainly in recent times. Anyway, Southampton coming forward again with the dangerous Teller down that far side. And the ball's played into the centre, and Arsenal do win it back only briefly though. Southampton again coming forward now. Nathan Redmond, he's looking for a runner outside him. He's got Livramento, of course, as you'd expect. But Nathan Redmond keeps holding the ball maybe a little bit too long. He's now closed down by Xhaka and Odegaard, and in the end, he's run it out for a throw to Arsenal on this near side. Redmond was claiming he was fouled, but it was good cover there from both Xhaka and Odegaard, and it's going to be a throw to Arsenal in the pouring rain at the Emirates. 49 minutes played. Arsenal 2, Southampton 0. Those 2 first half goals in quick succession from Lacazette and Martin Odegaard, giving Arsenal this advantage. Bukayo Saka now plays it back to Odegaard. Now he switches it to Tomiyasu. Got acres of space down that far side to run into. He's got Saka running off in front of him. Instead, he goes back to Thomas Partey. The whole momentum of that attack slightly gone now as we decided to go backwards. But now Ben White tries to thread the ball through to Lacazette. He now finds Kieran Tierney. Can he get across it? He's got Martinelli in the centre and Saka as well. And Odegaard crosses too deep. But Tomiyasu's picked it up over on that far side, but he gives it away. Teller now having a run down that far side, but Tomiyasu gets back well. Knocks the ball back to goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale, and Arsenal can build again from the back. You just get the feeling at the moment Arsenal a little bit unsure, aren't they, whether to go for it and get another goal, or just to maybe not concede one. And they're in that little kind of dilemma at the minute, it seems, in the way that we've been playing in the start of the second half. So I do think the next goal is going to be decisive in this game. If Arsenal do get it, then you'd imagine that we'll go on and pick up the 3 points. But if Southampton can get one back, who knows? I think we will get nervy on the run that we're on. And Southampton are coming forward again with Broja on this near side. It's gone out for a throw to Arsenal. 50 minutes played. Empress 29 there says, Richard, we often hear talk of past players, but I don't hear the name Liam Brady, who I felt was a good player. Yeah, no, Liam Brady was a very good player. Just a little bit before I started watching Arsenal, he left just before I started watching them live. I remember seeing him play the FA Cup finals and stuff on the telly in the 70s, and I do remember him playing against us for West Ham, actually. The only time I saw him play live, other than in a testimonial, I think it was Pat Jennings' testimonial he played, wasn't it? But he was a great player, Liam Brady. But because he went abroad to Italy when he left Arsenal, we didn't really see him, did we? It's not like now where Italian football and Spanish football was on the telly. It wasn't, was it? So Liam Brady went, and we didn't really see him, did we, again? So that was probably why he doesn't get spoken about as much. But he was a fantastic player, Liam Brady. I've seen, obviously, lots of videos of him. Now, Thomas Partey bursting forth from midfield for Arsenal. A good ball out to Bukayo Saka out on that far side, wearing the number 7 shirt, of course, that Liam Brady did wear. Saka plays it inside to Odegaard. Odegaard tries a shot, but it's over the top. He was about 25 yards out there, the Norwegian. That was another quick break from Arsenal. We've certainly moved the ball a lot quicker in this game, something that we've not done enough this season. Quicker passing, getting the ball forward quickly. Saka there, cut inside, thought about a shot, instead found Martin Odegaard, but that was high and over the crossbar there from the Norwegian. Say 3 goals in 3 games for him. Good run he's on at the moment. Good goal scoring run, making those late Aaron Ramsey type runs into the box, I always call them. But Southampton are coming forward. They certainly haven't given this game up yet. It's Teller again, but Odegaard does well defensively. Finds Tomiyasu. But again, we've given the ball away in a dangerous area. Southampton now inside the penalty area. We're looking to get this goal back. It's played out to that far side. It's going to be Teller again. Good tackle from Tomiyasu inside the penalty area. But Arsenal still can't get it clear, can they? They have now. It's going to be a goal kick. It was Walker-Peters, who again is having a good game for Southampton, actually. Walker-Peters getting forward well down that far side. Tomiyasu did well there. Good tackle inside the penalty area. I think he was then fouled, actually, and in the end, the ball does go out for a goal kick to Arsenal anyway. But so I'm certainly getting players forward. Walker-Peters playing left back, actually. I'm sure he was a right back, wasn't he? Anyway, he's playing left back today. And of course, Livramento is playing right back. So a slightly different position for Walker-Peters, maybe. I'm sure he used to be a right back, didn't he? Maybe I'm wrong. But Southampton coming forward again down this far side with Teller. It's a shot. Ramsdale makes the save. Southampton player there. And Granit Xhaka can clear the ball away. Was Teller again. He's been lively, actually, Nathan Teller, for Southampton today down that far side. And he had a shot there again. Aaron Ramsdale was forced into a save. He pushed the ball straight back out into the penalty area. Actually, could have been a dangerous moment, but there was no Southampton player there. And Granit Xhaka was able to come back and complete the clearance. Shane says there, Martinelli makes intelligent runs, or he does, which makes space for Odegaard to have more time on the ball. Yeah, he is. He's making some great runs. And it's probably no coincidence, is it, that Martin Odegaard started scoring goals since Martinelli's got himself in the team. He wasn't scoring before, was he? But this was their attack just there down that far side of shot. Optimistic to beat Aaron Ramsdale from that tight angle. But a good save. He got down well with his left hand, Ramsdale. Sort of save we've kind of come used to him making now. We expect him to make them sort of saves. You know, you're not expecting him to let a goal in like that, are we? And he's got the ball again, Ramsdale now at his feet, just on the edge of the penalty area. Plays it out wide to Ben White. Played in to Odegaard, who pings it over to Tomiyasu, and now it's come back into Gabriel, very central for Arsenal. Strides forward, looking towards halfway. He's got Kieran Tierney outside and pops it into Lacazette. He lays it off to Thomas Partey. Arsenal keeping possession well. Tomiyasu then out to that far side. Bukayo Saka getting forward down the far side for Arsenal again. He's got 2 Southampton players in front of him. He's forced back. Maybe didn't make his decision quickly enough, and Southampton have now got a throw in. Closed down quickly there. It was a substitute, actually, there. Elanusi put Bukayo Saka under pressure, and in the end it's going to be a throw at Southampton. We played 10 minutes of the second half. It is still as it was at half time. Arsenal, Southampton 0. 2 pretty good goals from Arsenal, actually, after a good spell of Southampton pressure just before that, where we were maybe hanging on to the 0-0 for a little bit, but we got the 2 goals, and now we have got something to build on in the second half. But Southampton certainly haven't given this game up yet, not by any stretch. They're always looking lively and dangerous coming forward. They've got a lot of energy in their team. And I say, if they can get a goal, it is going to make it a very, very interesting closing period to this game. That's a good ball up the line, actually. That's a good ball. It's a good run into the box. Oh, was that a foul by Gabriel? Referee says no. Again, it was Nathan Teller. And Gabriel, it looked like Teller had got the wrong side of Gabriel briefly. He went down inside the penalty area, but referee says no. I don't think it was a foul, but we have seen them given against us. But not on this occasion. And Arsenal are back in possession with Gabriel again. But Nathan Teller's playing more of a, since the substitution of Armstrong, he's gone more of a centre-forward position. Now Martinelli on this near side, good touch on his chest. Can he get past the defender Livramento? He's held up, but he does find Kieran Tierney instead. Kieran Tierney plays it square to Granit Xhaka, plays it onto Partey. This is good from Arsenal. Martinelli now 25 yards out, finds Martin Ødegaard. It just ran away from the Norwegian. Southampton get it clear with only as far as Ben White, and now he plays it back to Aaron Ramsey. That was good from Arsenal. Quicker, sharper passing, which wasn't happening early on in this game. But now we've certainly seemed to have improved that aspect of it in terms of the speed that we're passing the ball again. Quick interchange of passing between Tomiyasu and Ødegaard over on that far side. Back with Ben White and now Thomas Partey. Good ball through the centre towards Lacazette inside the centre circle. Now he finds Jacob, lays it off, and now Kieran Tierney down his near side to Martinelli. Martinelli cuts inside, finds Thomas Partey. Again, Arsenal keeping possession well. Partey, that's a good ball in to Martin Ødegaard. Can Arsenal get this third goal, which would surely seal the points today for Mikel Arteta's team? Ball played inside the penalty area. It comes in towards Martinelli, but a good covering there from Jack Stevens. Came across, but it's going to be a corner to Arsenal. Again, that was a good move from Arsenal there. Thomas Partey played it into Ødegaard. Ødegaard found Martinelli. Well, he almost found Martinelli, but in the end, it was Jack Stevens came across. They're just showing that other earlier incident, actually. Teller got the ball first, and then Gabriel had his arm around him. I'd have to say, if that was given as a penalty, you couldn't really have too many complaints. But anyway, it wasn't given, and VAR clearly didn't think so either. We've got a corner instead. Martinelli goes long towards the far post. Willie Caballero missed it. It's gone in, has it? Oh, the flag's up. Gabriel has scored, but it's not going to count. Is it a foul on the goalkeeper, or was it offside? The linesman's flag is raised over on that far side. Gabriel did put the ball in at the far post. It was a corner from Martinelli over on this near side, the Arsenal's left. It curled out towards the far post. Caballero came for it. He didn't get it. Let's have a look at this again. Caballero came for that. He missed it completely, actually. And, he was offside, actually. Gabriel was offside. That's why it's been disallowed. The goalie just flapped at it. And then it did come off Tomiyasu. And Gabriel was offside. He scored from about a yard. But it isn't going to count. He was offside, unfortunately. Would have been his second goal of the season for the Brazilian defender. VAR are checking it, but he is offside. You can see in the replay. It isn't going to count unless it's come off a Southampton player. That could be the only way it actually stands. He was offside. So if it's come off an Arsenal player, he's offside, it won't count. If it's come off a Southampton defender, it will count. But it won't count. It is offside and it's not given. Another comment, at least we're playing a bit better now. Thank God. Yeah, no, we are. Remember when we were bottom of the league at the start of the season, at least we're in the top 10. Well, no, things are obviously a lot better than they were. Gabriel is good and dangerous at headers, at corners. No one mentions it. He's done it quite a few times. No, he is dangerous. He's good in the air at corners. He needs to score a few more goals, doesn't he? I think he got, 2 or 3 last season. He's got 1 this season. He should be getting maybe 5 or 6 a season, shouldn't he, from set pieces? Because he is good in the air. And he is dangerous. Livramento there does well, actually, against Martinelli. Tried to play the ball up the line, but Kieran Tierney cut it out. But it's going to be a throw to Southampton on this near side of the pitch, which Livramento again is going to take. Southampton's right. Shane says, for me, Gabriel lucky not to get a second yellow. It's a pen for me. Yeah, I must admit, when you see the replay, you have to say we got away with one there because he did put his arm across him, didn't he? Teller got a knock on the ball first, got it in, and he got around Gabriel and he pulled him back, didn't he? And of course, he has been booked, you're right. So we maybe got away with 2 there because we got away with a penalty and the fact that he didn't get a yellow card, because no doubt if he'd given a penalty, he would probably have had to have sent him off, wouldn't he? So we did maybe get away with one there. I agree. I thought it was a penalty. Looking at the replay, the first time you saw it, you're thinking, I'm not sure about that. But then when you see the replay, I think it was clearly was a penalty. So I don't know what VAR were doing, but thankfully for once, they've given it in our favour, which is nice to see. And that Livramento fast player, isn't he, for Southampton? Redmond fast. So, they've got quite a lot of pace, actually, Southampton in their team, haven't they? I think Teller's pretty quick as well. Broya's pretty quick. We've got a corner now anyway, which Martinelli's going to take again on this near side. Southampton were complaining that it should have been a goal kick. Let's have a look. actually was Livramento and Martinelli. Could have come off Martinelli, but it is a corner to Arsenal, which Martinelli is going to take from his near side in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Header comes in, and this time it is a goal. Is it Gabriel this time? They're not going to disallow this one, surely. And it is 3-0 to Arsenal. It's Gabriel. We were just saying, actually, wasn't we, that Gabriel was dangerous from set pieces, needs to score more goals. And he's scored another goal. He's made it 3-0. That is game over, surely. Now we have got the 3 points. And that'll be Martinelli with the assist as well, wasn't it? It was his corner from the near side, Arsenal's left. Good corner, actually, towards the 6-yard box. And Gabriel just rose above everybody else. Powerful header it was from the Brazilian. And it is 3-0. Woohoo, that should be it now, Gabriel. I'm sorry, you are psychic. We were just talking about that, wasn't we? And Gabriel then pops up with a goal from a corner, which he did just have one disallowed, didn't he, 2 minutes before? So I guess we need to be not too surprised that he's popped up with that one there. But it is 3-0. And Arsenal now surely have got 3 points as well to go with it. Regeneron says 3-0. Okay, play the film. Okay, yeah, I didn't do it last time, did I? I'll play it now then. Okay, it is 3-0, so we will play the film. There we go. 3-0. Gabriel with the goal. And Arsenal now surely have won this game. There's just under half an hour to play. You can't see Southampton getting 3 goals that they've barely threatened in this second half. I thought they did okay in the first half, didn't they? But they've also got another goal. My feed is just frozen at an inappropriate moment. That may well be 4-0. It's gone. It's funny now. The computer's just gone. It's all gone. It's all gone wrong in the computer area. Obviously, it's not gone wrong on the pitch. Is that 4-0? Is it? Not quite sure where it's gone. Let's just see if I can get it back again. Hopefully I can get the action back on. Shane says, Lady Luck on our side today. The ball came off Martinelli for a call I would like to do. But well, it looked like it could have done. I wasn't really sure. It was hard to tell from the replay. The Southampton player, Livramento, I think it was, kicked the ball and it went out, but it may well have hit Martinelli. It's difficult to tell. But these are little decisions, aren't they, that have gone against us in the past. And today they seem to have gone in our favour. Regeneron says, yeah, hit the post. All right, I saw we had a shot. This is the feed froze. I've not managed to get it back yet. Was it Thomas Partey? I just saw Thomas Partey there, actually. I'm not sure what he was doing up there. Did he have a shot at the post? Which, now he's got his goal. He probably fancies a few more now, doesn't he? Now he's got a goal a few weeks ago. Finally. Didn't take him as long as John Jensen, did it? And his goal wasn't quite as good as John Jensen's either, though, was it? Let's be fair. It was a decent header, I suppose. It was not really that great. Regeneron says another corner. Well, we scored from the last one. Let's hope we can score from this one as well. So we need a big win, don't we? It'd be nice to get a big win finally, wouldn't it? Because we've struggled for goals, as we know. Anyway, it's still 3-0. Saka now plays the ball in towards the 6-yard box, headed clear by Bednarek, only as far as Thomas Partey. I don't know if this is the earlier incident. Odegaard now inside the penalty area, comes back to Thomas Partey. He's getting forward a bit more now. That's a good ball actually to the edge of the box. Tomiyasu, is he going to get his first goal against Southampton? We said it's a team that a few players in history have got their first goal against. Maybe Tomiyasu's day today, perhaps. It is Arsenal 3, Southampton 0. We've played 66 minutes at the Emirates. And let's see if we can try and get some more goals to put that goal difference right. Saka now over on that far side. He's had a decent game, Bukayo Saka. Good ball inside to Partey. Saka gets it back inside the penalty area. Saka with a shot. Oh, he's hit the outside of the post. Comes away. What a great effort that was there from Bukayo Saka. Lacazette now. Southampton still haven't managed to clear the ball. They will clear it away now. Looked like Saka had got himself a goal as well. He's not maybe scored quite as many this season as we hoped he was going to, but he's certainly had a decent game today. Empress 29 says there, this is a chance to score a lot of goals. It's needed. It is needed. We could do with a big win, especially coming into the Christmas period. Busy time, isn't it? And Air 100 there says nice intro. No, thank you very much. Yeah, it's it matches the name of the channel, doesn't it? That's what the channel was named after. That particular chart just reminds me of when I was going to games in the 1980s. Used to be sung a lot. Happy times, even though the team wasn't very good back then. Shane says, Thomas Partey hit the post. We're not that lucky today. He blasted shot miles over. Martinelli hit the post. Yeah, was it Martinelli? Was it? I thought it was it not second hit the post just then? Anyway, we still haven't got the fourth goal, but we are playing some nice football now, as to be said. Martin Odegaard over on that far side plays it square to Granit Xhaka. It's been a strange performance from Arsenal, but we have finally got the goals. It's a good cross there from Kieran Tierney towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Bednarek heads it up rather than out, and still Southampton can't clear. Martinelli now inside the penalty area, tries to find some space. He's done well, whipped a cross in, cleared away. Martinelli looks so much better, doesn't he, on the left-hand side? So much better than Aubameyang. Rob Holding looks like he's coming on, actually. I've just seen him down in the technical area getting himself warm. And there's a free kick. Is on the edge of penalty. No, it's not given. A Southampton can now break away. I'm not quite sure why Rob Holding will be coming on. Is there an injury? Anyway, Kieran Tierney's won the ball. Play to this near side to Martinelli. Kieran Tierney again's in there, but it's going to go out for a goal kick. We can now maybe make that substitution. I'm not sure who's going to be going off, but Rob Holding is coming on. He's not played any football for a while, has he, Rob Holding? But he's going to get an opportunity now. Martinelli there. Was Martinelli coldest shot against the post? Did Saka's hit the post as well? So we've actually hit the post twice. And Saka's shot there across the goalkeeper hit the other post. So we've hit both posts in a 5-minute spell there. And is it Saka that's gone off? Oh, it's Gabriel. Is it because he's injured, or is it because of that yellow card and they were worried about him getting a red? But Rob Holding, with his nice new hair, his hair transplant, looking very suave, as always, Rob Holding. And in fact, the Southampton substitute, oh no, it's not, it's Brozier who's going off for Southampton, feeling his hamstring actually, the Algerian. He's going to hobble off and be replaced by, is it going to be Theo Walcott, maybe? No, it isn't. It's going to be, who is it coming on? It's Lyanco, Brazilian. Which seems like a more of a defensive player. But anyway, where are we going here? We've got a few comments I've missed. We've got Jelly in the chat there. I'm going to be your 741 subscriber. Thank you very much. Yeah, nice to hear just football talk. That's what I like to do, you know, the commentary on the game. Truth Sets Free. How you doing, mate? Thanks for tuning in again. He says you should play Saints every week. Yeah, no, we should. It'd be nice. I'd quite like to. Great commentary as always. Thank you very much. Of course, the Spurs fan. Come on, you Spurs. You sneaked out of your game today, didn't you? By pretending that you're all ill, and you sneaked out your game the other night. So, you know, I don't know why you couldn't just play. It's what you got a squad for, isn't it? You know, you got 25, 30 players in your squad. Just pick a load of kids and play the game. What are you scared of? You know what I mean? Scared of losing, are you? No, what a shame. Shane says, can't see us play like this if Uber playing. Laka gives us more as well. Okay. No, he does, and you can see, you know, when Laka's playing on the left-hand side, look what Martinelli's given us today on that left-hand side. So much more. And the Truth Sets Free says, big supporter of this man, even though we support rival club. No, it's great to have you in the chat again. We do have some good banter going on, which is always nice. Look forward to when we play you guys later in the season. Actually, that'll be a good game, won't it? But yeah, I mean, it's been a much better attacking performance from Arsenal. Certainly after that shaky spell we had in the first half, we've certainly got our acts together, and it's been a much better second half in the end. We've got ourselves a third goal as well, which pretty much seals it. We've hit the post twice. We had a goal disallowed. We were maybe slightly fortunate to be 2-0 up earlier in the game. I thought Southampton had played well, but there's no doubt that we've been a lot better in this second half. And if we can get another couple of goals, actually, a nice big win, I say, put that goal difference right. That's what we need. Well, I think we need another 3, don't we, to just get it to 0. Is that right? Were we -6 coming into this game or -5? Can't remember. Because I know we lost our last 2, didn't we, by a single goal? Was we 4 before that? Yeah, I think we may have been. So anyway, we still need a few more goals. I want us to get a positive goal difference before Christmas if we can. We've got a few tough games out with West Ham on Wednesday. Not going to be easy. Now Southampton have got an opportunity of day to get a goal back. Will it be another 3-1 victory for Arsenal at home this season? We've had 2 of those already, haven't we, against Tottenham and Aston Villa. Both games we had 3-0 actually and conceded a late goal. Are we going to do the same in this game? Because Gabriel has now gone off, just to clarify that, and Rob Holding has come on for Arsenal. His first time he's played actually for a while, isn't it, Rob Holding? He's been going away to get his hair sorted out, obviously, and he's looking good. But Southampton now inside the Arsenal penalty area. Are they going to get a goal back? A shot comes in. Oh, good save that was from Ramsdale again. Tips it over the bar. That was from Redmond, actually. Good shot that was, actually, from Southampton. Over on that far side. Redmond came inside the penalty area, cut inside, fired a shot, and it was on target. It was going in. That's a good save from Ramsdale again. So that we kind of expect it from him these days. Got a good strong hand on that. Pushed it over the bar. It still worries me that he's having to make so many saves every game. You know, we don't really want him to be so busy, do we? Because that would mean that we were defending well. And the fact he's having to make so many saves is a little bit of a worry. But luckily, he's been so reliable, hasn't he? What a fantastic season he's had. What a signing he's proven to be. But Ward-Prowse with this corner for Southampton. Outswinger towards the edge of the 6-yard box. The header comes in, but it's over the top. Was that Bednarak with the header? It was indeed. The big pole got over the top of that, really. He couldn't head it down and headed it over the top of the crossbar. Another dangerous set piece there. Shane says, what is the score in Villa and Paul game? Does anyone know? I'll just have a quick check. We can have a look and see. Let's have a look. It's 1-0 to Liverpool. They got a penalty. Mo Salah scored. 73 minutes there as well. So 1-0 to Liverpool. Of course, Steven Gerrard's return to Anfield. I'm sure he got a great reception. Chelsea are beating Leeds 2-1 as well. Leeds actually scored first with Rafinha with a penalty. Mount equalised, and then Jorginho scored a penalty as well. I wonder if he did his little step thing that he does or not. And of course, they're the only games currently played at 3 o'clock. And then, of course, Norwich host Manchester United at 5:30, which could be quite an interesting game. Norwich have picked up their form, haven't they, since they got the new manager in Dean Smith, of course. All Arsenal just lost the ball, Martinelli there. Southampton now are going to have an opportunity, are they, with the dangerous Teller. Another save from Ramsdale. It cannot be ignored, the fact that even though we're winning this game 3-0, Ramsdale's made 3 or 4 good saves today. That could have been a totally different story. Nathan Tellers looks a good player, actually. I haven't really seen too much of him before today. The Southampton, he's sort of a wide player, isn't he? But he's playing more through the centre now. Looks a really good player, actually. I'm liking the look of him. Really direct. He's fast. He's very... He's a threat. He's been a threat all day, actually. He nearly scored there, but it's a corner to Southampton. Ward-Prowse again into the near post, headed clear by Ben White. Comes to the edge of the box, a shot comes in, but it's gone. Oh, it's deflected White. It's going to be another corner to Southampton. That was Redmond again, actually. He's had a half-decent game as well for Southampton. And Jelly in the chat says, I think Ramsdale would make a great captain. He probably would. I'm not sure I'm keen on goalkeepers being captains, if I'm honest. I like central defenders being captains, really, but yeah, he's been fantastic, hasn't he, Ramsdale? What a great season he's had. What a great signing, and what a great guy and character he is as well. And he's a leader as well, but I'm not sure I like goalkeepers as captain anyway. Ward-Prowse with his latest corner into near post. Ramsdale comes there and punches clear. Got a lot of distance on that, actually. And he forces Southampton back into their own half. 15 minutes to play here at the Emirates. Arsenal 3, Southampton 0. We've surely got the job done. We've got the 3 points. And we've played well in the second half, it has to be said. But Southampton haven't let their heads drop. They've kept going. You've got to give them credit for that. They've played well at times, Southampton. They've looked dangerous going forward. And I say Ramsdale's had to make 3 or 4 good saves in this game. And that needs to be taken into account. Yes, it's his job, isn't it, at the end of the day, to save the ball going in the net. But the fact that he's so busy every week is still a worry for me. But we can't have too many complaints, can we, with a good 3-0 victory? Well, so far it's 3-0 anyway. Don't think many of us were expecting it to be a scoreline like this today, but it's an extra bonus. Southampton again coming forward down his near side, Livramento, but he can't deal with that ball, and it's bounced out for a goal kick to Arsenal as we move into the last 13 and a half minutes of this game. It is Arsenal 3, Southampton 0. Lacazette, Ødegaard and Gabriel with the goals. Gabriel's second goal of the season. Ødegaard, of course, scoring for the third game in a row. That's his fourth goal of the season, actually. And also Lacazette's got his fourth goal of the season. So there we go. And Gabriel did have another one disallowed. And we did hit the post twice as well with Martinelli and Saka. So we could easily be 5 or 6 goals ahead in this game. But equally, with some of the saves that Ramsdale's made, it could be 3-3. So it's been a strange game in many ways, but a decent enough performance from Arsenal. Certainly the second half's been good. A little bit up hit and miss in that first half, but we've certainly improved as the game's gone on. Maybe their confidence got lifted by the first goal, and we've kind of pushed on from there, really, haven't we? But I say Southampton's heads haven't gone down. They've worked hard. They've offered a threat going forward, and they'll probably feel a little bit unfortunate to be 3-0 down in many ways. But I say we have hit the post twice and had a goal disallowed, so perhaps the scoreline is perhaps about right. Rob Holding now bringing the ball out for Arsenal. It's a long ball actually up the line towards Martinelli, but Livramento's there. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal, which Arteta gets involved with when he didn't really need to. But he's so busy shouting instructions and coaching from the sideline, even at 3-0 up with 12 minutes to go. You need to chill out, mate. Go and sit down. You've done your job. The players are doing their job. You sit down. Let them see out this game. Shouting instructions. He makes things more confusing than Boris Johnson at times. Just sit down. The job's done. We're going to be bringing on Samuel Lokonga actually very shortly. He's just ready to come on in the technical area, and Arsenal just keeping possession. Joe says there, who's your man of the match? That's an interesting one, isn't it? That's what I think about that. There's been a few good performances. Saka's played well. Obviously, Ramsdale's played really well in goal, made some good saves, isn't he? Gabriel played pretty well. Lacazette's played well. Ødegaard got himself a goal. Man, the match is an interesting one because there hasn't been one player that's really stood out. I think it's been a decent performance all round. No one's really played poorly. A couple had a poor start, didn't they? It's been Thomas Partey's best game for a while. I'm maybe tempted to give it to him just because of how poor he's been. He's certainly been a lot better. This second half, he's been really good. He's got forward well. He's pinged the ball around nicely. He's had a decent game. Saka's been good as well. Got that important assist for the first goal. That was a big moment in this game actually because we'd been under pressure just before that. Lacazette got that goal. He's had a decent game. There's been lots of good performances. I'll have a little think about man of the match actually. Maybe you guys in the chat maybe put your man of the matches in. I think it's quite tough because there hasn't been one outstanding player for Arsenal. It's been a pretty solid team performance actually. Martinelli's played well, actually. Thinking about it, he kind of stood out, hasn't he? Martinelli. I might give it to him because I think he's done pretty well. Anyway, Samuel Lokonga is now coming on. It's going to be Granit Xhaka to go off for these last few minutes. He's done all right, Granit Xhaka. Had a really poor start to this game, actually. But he grew into it a lot better. He's now going off to get a rest, and it's going to be Sambi coming on. Decent shift from Granit Xhaka in the end. Shane says they're hard to believe Walcott scored over 100 goals for us. It must have been some Wenger magic. I always liked Theo Walcott, actually. He can't get a game for Southampton, but then he is getting towards the end of his career now, isn't he? You know, he's got to be well in his 30s, isn't he? So he's not going to have as much impact now as he used to. And he was always a good player for Arsenal. Samuel Lokonga trying to get involved. Rajendra says Tomiyasu. Yeah, I mean, that's a decent shout. He's played pretty well. I wouldn't be surprised if we get every player gets a vote because I think they've all done pretty well overall. I just don't think there's been one player who's really stood out that you can say he's been brilliant. I mean, I'll maybe go either Thomas Partey just because of how poor he's been and he's better today, or maybe Martinelli because I think Martinelli's looked good every time he's got the ball direct. I think he's got 2 assists. I know 1 assist because the other assist was Kieran Tierney, wasn't it? So yeah, maybe Martinelli might just shade it for me. But yeah, there's been a few good performances, which is nice to see for a change, isn't it? Because in recent games, you've been struggling to find a man of the match because you've been struggling to find anybody that's played well, other than Ramsdale. But today it's been a good all-round performance actually. But yeah, I may go Martinelli then because he's kind of done a few really good things. Saka now tried to find Lacazette, got himself a goal today after what's been a poor season. Oh, and look who's going to come on for some minutes. Nicolas Pepe is coming on, guys. Nicolas Pepe is getting some minutes. We said it before. Was he going to play today? He's going to get 7.5 minutes, and Lacazette it is who's coming off. Decent shift from Lacazette today. Got himself a goal. Worked hard as always, and he did get his 4th goal of the season. Referee's just telling him to maybe get off the pitch a little bit quicker than he wanted to, but he's getting a good ovation from the crowd as well, Lacazette today, and fully deserved as well for a good shift that he put in. And I say he did get his 2nd Premier League goal of the season as well. He takes the armband off. Who's he going to give it to? Rob Holding, I would imagine, because Rob Holding's been sort of wore the armband before. In fact, it's going to be Rob Holding who gets it. And the substitution is going to be Nicolas Pepe coming on. I'm not sure the last time he actually played. But anyway, he's going to get some minutes now. Lacazette applauds the crowd as well. And it is going to be Nicolas Pepe. Is he going to play through the middle, Pepe? Or are they going to move Martinelli to the centre, through the centre, and put Pepe on the wing? We'll have to see once he comes on. But a good shift from Lacazette, actually. Well played again from Lacazette, putting the work in that maybe Aubameyang isn't prepared to do. Joel says there, man of the match for Partey might be the boost he needs. Yeah, no, it might be, yeah. I say today he's been a lot better. Has he been our best player? I'm not sure, but he's been so poor that maybe he perhaps needs a lift, doesn't he? And Shane says there, we're winning 3-0, we can't pick a man of the match. A brilliant problem to have. We needed a win like this. No, exactly. That's good, yeah. Because it's been a good team performance, isn't it? That's why there hasn't been one player really that stood out. Now, Nicolas Pepe has dropped over to this left-hand side, so Martinelli's gone through the centre, showing his versatility. Pepe actually wins a throw, does he? Or has he conceded a throw? The stream's frozen again, which is a little bit annoying, but hopefully it'll come back and we can see exactly what happened with that particular incident with Nicolas Pepe. So he's going to get a few minutes. He's going to want to... it's not a lot of time, is it, to get into the game? It's difficult, isn't it, when you come on as a sub late in a game when you're 3-0 up? It's hard to make much impression, isn't it? But anyway, Rajandra says Pepe in the middle. Is he in the middle? I thought it was Moira on this left-hand side. He's got the ball again over on this left-hand side, Pepe. And it's gone out for a throw to Southampton. But yeah, Pepe's got a few minutes. It's a strange one, isn't it? Because he's never going to be able to stake a claim for a place in the team without playing more minutes. Yes, obviously training is important as well, isn't it? But anyway, Saka now, is he going to get a chance for a goal himself? Finds Tomiyasu, dinks across the walls of far post towards Pepe, but it's headed out by Southampton. Not very far though, only as far as Odegaard, and Southampton can't get the ball away. And Thomas Partey shoots from 30 yards. And I'll give you 2 guesses to tell me where that ended up. Thomas Partey shot from 30 yards. It's gone into the North Bank, probably row Z of the North Bank there with that shot. In fact, I don't think there is a row Z, is there, in the North Bank? Anyway, it went into the crowd behind the goal there in the North Bank. So no surprise there from Thomas Partey. The goal kick now from Caballero for Southampton. We are now into the last 5.5 minutes of this game. It's done in terms of a result. Arsenal are going to be getting the 3 points. It's just, can we get another goal, which would actually make it our biggest win of the season. In fact, it's our biggest win of the season already if it stays at 3-0, isn't it? Because our biggest win is 3-1 so far. So it will be our biggest win of the season, assuming Southampton don't get a late goal in this game. But let's see if we can get a 4th goal. 4-0, of course, is our biggest Premier League victory under Mikel Arteta. We've done it a few times, not for a while. I think the last one would have been, was it West Brom away last year? We won 4-0. I don't know if we won 4-0 after that, did we? I know there was a game against Norwich in the COVID season when we won 4-0 at the Emirates. There's not been many, has there? Newcastle, we beat 4-0. That was in the COVID season as well, just before COVID, wasn't it? So, yeah, but it'll be a rare 4-0 win if we can get it. But anyway, we want to try and keep a clean sheet if we can. I know Aaron Ramsdale does. Probably deserves it as well, doesn't he, for the performances that he produced again today. Joe says there, Pepe is a good bet to sneak in a fourth goal. Yeah, maybe he is. He's not scored all season, but then he's hardly played. So, and he will be desperate to get a goal, wouldn't he? He'd love to get a goal. We've got 5 minutes, just under 5 minutes to play. Ramsdale with the long kick forward for Arsenal, deep into the Southampton half. It was Jack Stevens with that header. And Rob Holding there tidies it up. So we've got Rob Holding and Pepe on the pitch in the Premier League. That's the first time both of those two have featured for a very long time, actually. Arteta using his squad a little bit more today than he has done in recent weeks. Maybe the luxury of a 3-0 lead has meant he's been okay to do that. But I'm not sure if it was an injury to Gabriel. And if it was, that's going to be a bit of an issue, isn't it? Because we've got a lot of games in a short period of time between now and Christmas. So there's not a lot of recovery time. And he's been important for us, Gabriel. He didn't have his best game today. And he certainly didn't have his best game against Everton. But he got himself a goal. Lucky maybe not to get a red card as well with that, what could have been a penalty in the second half. So, but he's an important player for us, hasn't he? He has been since he got back into the side following his injury at the start of the season. So if he is injured and he's out for a while, that could be a problem with all these games coming up. So let's hope he's not injured and he's going to be fine and he'll be fit to play, hopefully, on Wednesday against West Ham. Of course, that's a big game, isn't it? West Ham going really well this season, playing some great football and getting some great results. We'll beat Chelsea, as we know, last week. They beat Liverpool. They knocked Man City out the Carabao Cup as well. Great form from West Ham. So that's going to be a big game on Wednesday, isn't it? We need to produce a performance like this today if we're going to get the result in that game for certain. Oh, excuse me, there, a bit of a sneeze. I could feel that one coming on for a while. The stream's just frozen again. There's been a few issues today. The 3 o'clock kickoffs are an absolute nightmare. I don't know when they're going to start. Just put in all the games live on telly and you can pick which ones you want to watch. I don't know why they haven't done that already. But anyway, Pepe now finds Kieran Tierney down his near side. Thomas Partey tries to play the ball out to Tomiyasu, who's been a good outlet over on that right-hand side. He has had a good game, as Rajandra says. Totally agree. And now Saka over on that far side for Arsenal. We're into the last minute of the 90. It is 3-0. Can Arsenal get this fourth goal, which would put a gloss on this victory? I say it's been a good second half from Arsenal, has to be said. Really good second half performance, a lot better than in the first half. I felt we struggled a little bit actually in that first half at times, and we did get the 2 goals that settled us down. Now Sambi Lokonga, of course, one of the substitutes as well, getting some minutes today. It's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. It was a foul on Nicolas Pepe actually just before that. Do you remember, of course, the game against Southampton at home last season? Gabriel got sent off, didn't he? Funnily enough, and he was maybe a bit close to getting sent off today. Maybe that's why Arteta took him off. Maybe. But anyway, Arsenal coming forward again down that far side with Bukayo Saka. Plays it into Ødegaard. Saka gets it back. Is this going to be the fourth goal? Bukayo Saka puts it towards the far post, claiming a corner. I don't think the referee's going to give a corner. Good play that was. A nice 1-2 with Martin Ødegaard. Saka cut inside, tried to put it into that far corner. It looked like he did get a deflection actually off. Was it Bednarek or was it? No, it was. I think it might have been Jack Stevens coming across. It should have been a corner, that one, but then did we not score the third goal from a corner? That should have been a goal kick, so we can't really complain, can we, too much? And we're into stoppage time now. There's going to be only 3 minutes added on. Can Arsenal get this fourth goal, make it our biggest Premier League win in the season, put something back onto the goal difference column if we can? Tomiyasu wins that ball again. Ødegaard scored that second goal. Third game in a row he scored. Tried to thread the ball through to Nicolas Pepe. Gets it back there, Martin Ødegaard. Plays it out to the far side to Tomiyasu. It just ran away from him a little bit, but he has managed to keep it in. And now he's won a throw over on that far side. We've now played almost a minute of the 3 of stoppage time at the end of this game. Just a matter now of Arsenal just seeing out the last minute or so, couple of minutes, get this 3-0 victory, which will be our biggest win of the season. Pepe now over on this near side. Haven't mentioned his name much in recent weeks, have we, Nicolas Pepe? He's not been playing. Smith Rowe didn't get on today. I'm still not sure how fit he is. He's having a laugh on the bench there with Ainsley, Maitland-Niles, of course, the Nick and Eddie Nketiah as well, of course, the Hale End boys there on the bench. Good to see the academy producing some great young players that are getting minutes in the first team. Of course, Smith Rowe, Saka have been key, haven't they, to our chances this season. They are going to be key to our chances this season of getting back into Europe and possibly winning a couple as well. Smith Rowe is just battling himself back from injuries, and hopefully he'll be fit for Wednesday against West Ham. I think we'll need him in that game. He's been great this season. He's actually our top scorer in the Premier League with 5 goals. All Kieran Tierney there kicked the ball against his own leg. It's gone out for a throw to Southampton. We are in the last minute of stoppage time. Martinelli working hard to try and win the ball back, but it goes all the way back to goalkeeper Willie Caballero, who goes long for Southampton, plays it deep into the Arsenal half. Ben White just heads it back there to Aaron Ramsdale. We've now got 3 English players, of course, playing the 2 centre-backs, and the goalkeeper for Arsenal goes back to that great famous back 4, doesn't it? Famous back 5 with Seaman in goal, and the English back 4 that we had. Getting back towards those days again, aren't we? Maybe not quite as successful or as good at football, but at least we're getting an English core now, aren't we, of players at the club, which I think we've lacked, haven't we, in recent years. We just need 1 or 2 more experienced players, a couple of leaders in there, and this team may well go somewhere. Nicholas Pepe now on his near side. He's held up there by Jack Stevens. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal, and Ramsdale is going to collect a clean sheet. Another clean sheet for Ramsdale since he's come to Arsenal. He's had a great season, hasn't he? What a fantastic player he's been. We have now played the 3 minutes of stoppage time, and Arsenal are going to finish this game with a corner over on this near side, which Gabriel Martinelli is going to take. We did, of course, score from one of his corners, the 3rd goal. Gabriel, it was who got that one. Can we get a 4th goal with what will be probably the last kick of the game? Martinelli's gone deeper this time towards the edge of the 6-yard header comes in from Ben White. I think that was. It's cleared away by Southampton. The final whistle has gone. It has finished here at the Emirates. Arsenal 3, Southampton 0. A good victory for Arsenal in the end. Bit of a struggle in that first half, it has to be said. After a bright start, Arsenal could have scored very early on. Southampton got on top, and they had 2 or 3 opportunities to take the lead. We're all over the place at times. We're trying to play out from the back, getting caught. But we did manage to break out halfway through the first half to get a lead. Maybe against a run of play at that point. It was a good breakaway, actually. Tomiyasu found Bukayo Saka down the right-hand side. He pulled the ball back to the penalty spot, and there was Alexander Lacazette to finish into the top corner. Good goal that was. That settled us down a bit. Then soon after that, we did get the 2nd goal. It was a really good move again. Tomiyasu put the cross in. It was a strange goal in many ways because the ball came across to the far post. Kieran Tierney tried a volley, completely miskicked the ball. But he did manage to get across in that 2nd attempt, headed it back across the 6-yard box, and Erdegaard arrived to head home from 5 yards, his 3rd goal in consecutive matches. That put us in a great position in the second half. Southampton gave it a go. They could have maybe felt they might have had a penalty when Gabriel brought down the dangerous Nathan Teller, but we did get the 3rd goal midway through that second half. It was a corner from the near side, Arsenal's left from Martinelli, and Gabriel rose to head it home. He had a goal disallowed just before that, actually, from a corner for offside. And we did it at the post twice as well with Martinelli and Saka. So could have easily been 5 or 6-0. At the other end, Aaron Ramsdale made a few good saves, actually. 3 or 4 decent saves. Southampton certainly posed a goal threat, it has to be said. But a good clean sheet for Arsenal, a good win. We are back on winning ways. We've been good at the Emirates this season in terms of results. That's 6 wins from our 8 home games this season now. Good home performance. And, of course, we've got another home game on Wednesday. 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, says Rajender. Indeed, it is. Joe says we need to play like this against West Ham to get a good result. No, right, we do. Well, we need to play like we did in the second half. I thought the first half we were a bit ragged at times. We did get 2 good goals, and that settled us down. But, yeah, we'll need to play like we did in the second half against West Ham, and we've got a chance. We know that's going to be a tough game, though, but hopefully now we can go into it with a bit more confidence now, can't we, having got that victory today, and our biggest league victory of the season. And a fully deserved 3 points in the end as well. I thought Southampton played quite well at times. They offered a goal threat. Nathan Teller impressed me very much for them. Livramento, as we know, great player as well. He had a good game, didn't he, for Southampton as well. But in the end, we've come out on top by 3-0. 3 goals and 3 points. Much needed. Good stuff from the Arsenal, and back into the top 5, I believe we are. And Air 100 says there, thanks for covering the game today. Come on, you guys. No worries at all. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Look forward to seeing you again. Coming up on the telecalls tomorrow, it's the Arsenal women. Now, I don't know if any of you guys follow the women's football. I know Rajandra does. Chelsea, who were a point behind us in second place, lost today. Their second league defeat of the season. They lost 1-0 against Reading. What that means is if we win our game in hand tomorrow at home to bottom side Leicester, we will go 4 points to the top of the league, which is a great position to be in. And I'll be covering that game on the channel. It's a late kickoff, actually, 6:45 tomorrow evening. So I'll go live about 6:30 with full watch-along, full commentary of that one. Arsenal women at home to Leicester City women. And if we win that, we'll be 4 points clear at the top of the table. So that's going to be good as well. Then, of course, we move into next week. On Tuesday, that'll be the Tuesday clinic, of course, with the usual guys, Melvin, Adam, hopefully Dorsey will be in for that one. And we'll be looking back on this Southampton game, looking ahead to West Ham and Leeds, of course, as well this week. So that's going to be a good show on Tuesday, 8 o'clock for that one. Wednesday, it's a double watch-along, actually. Arsenal women against Hoffenheim in the Champions League. We need to avoid a 5-0 defeat to go through to the knockout stage. And, of course, it's Arsenal versus West Ham as well in the Premier League. Both games kick off at 8 o'clock, which is a little bit inconvenient. But we'll bring you both of those 2 games on the channel on Wednesday. And then, of course, Friday, it will be the Arsenal women's show with the usual guys, Andreas and Matt and Amar, as we look back on the Leicester game and the Hoffenheim game, look ahead to the Brighton game next weekend, which is, of course, our last game before Christmas. The women have a break over Christmas until January the 9th. So loads and loads and loads of stuff on the channel actually coming up. It's been a busy week on the channel. It's going to get busy next week as well. Coming up to Christmas, there's going to be loads of stuff on. We still need to fit in that show that Shane suggested as well. And me, Melvin, Adam, and maybe Dorsey as well. We get him on looking back on some of the memorable games that we've been to over the years. So I'll arrange a time to do that as well. Rajendra says they're great news, obviously, about Chelsea women. Shame they didn't lose last week as well. Rajendra says, I've just seen Chelsea players not being booked on red carded for serious foul play and time wasting. Well, yeah, exactly. What do you expect? What do you expect? But anyway, so yeah, loads coming up on the channel. In terms of today's game, then it's a good victory for Arsenal, much needed victory. Eased a bit of pressure on Arteta. He's been feeling under pressure, I'm sure, this last week or so. But yeah, that was much better. Certainly, the second half was really good. So well played, Arsenal. Well played, Mikel Arteta, and well done for the boys for getting the victory. And let's hope the girls can do the same tomorrow, 6:45 kickoff. So join me at 6:30 for full coverage of that game. Well, hopefully Arsenal can go 4 points clear at the top of the WSL, which would be great. Rajendra says here, Ramsdale gets the man of the match with 6 saves. Yeah, he played well again, didn't he? See, that's a slight worry still, though, isn't it? That he's man of the match so often. Usually, most games he seems to be man of the match, doesn't he? Shane says there, we played good, but on another day things could have been different. Oh, I agree. Southampton could have got a goal early on, and it would have been a different game. Just want some consistency from here. Important couple of weeks ahead to really gauge where we are. Come on, you Gooners. Thank you. So thanks for tuning in, Shane. Thank you for supporting the channel, as always. Much appreciated. Don't forget the women's game tomorrow if you want to come and join me for that as well at 6:30. That will be really good. But yeah, I agree. We do need to get some consistency. We're beating these sort of teams like Southampton at home, which you'd expect us to. I still want to see us go out and beat a good team away from home, or certainly put in a performance away from home against a good team. We've got some tough ones to come later in the season, as we know. We've got West Ham, of course, and then Leeds away next Saturday. That's going to be a difficult game that as well. So 2 difficult games coming up this week. So if we can get 2 good results there, then we're going to start to get a bit more consistency. But there's still work to do. There's still issues, and let's not forget those issues. As I say, if Ramsdale's got man of the match again, then that is an issue for me. That he's constantly having to be so busy. Empress 29 says, great show, Richard. Until next time. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, mate. I hopefully see you tomorrow for the women. So yeah, just enjoy this performance today. A good performance, and we move on now to a busy week again. 2 big games. Just hope we can get 2 positive results in the run up to Christmas before that quarterfinal, in the Carabao Cup against Sunderland as well. Before the Christmas games, of course, Norwich and Wolves over Christmas, and Man City, of course, on New Year's Day as well. before the FA Cup kicks off again. Competition it's been, hasn't it? So let's see how we get on with that this year. So yeah, it's finished Arsenal 3, Southampton 0. Lacazette, Ødegaard and Gabriel with the goals. A nice victory for Arsenal, our biggest Premier League victory of the season. And we move on now to Wednesday and West Ham, and hopefully another decent performance, another good victory would put us in a really good position, wouldn't it? If we can beat West Ham, one of our rivals for that top 4, top 5, top 6 area of the league. We need to start beating these teams, and we've got an opportunity coming up now Wednesday at the Emirates, of course, against West Ham. We've got another comment in there from Agenda. He says, that's right, a work in progress, but being positive 3-0. It's been a long time for that score. No, it has, yeah. Our biggest win of the season in the Premier League, and our biggest win in any competition this season, apart from that 6-0 against West Brom in the Carabao Cup very early in the season. So, yeah, good stuff today. Let's enjoy it, and let's move on to Wednesday in a bit more confident mood. I think that's important, isn't it? Because I think you could see in that first half, certainly the early part of that game, our confidence looked a little bit shaky, didn't it? But we got the goal, settled us down, and we pushed on from there. And we've enjoyed a good victory, but still problems. There's still issues. We're not there yet, are we? And we've still got a long way to go. But each little victory gets us closer maybe to where we want to be. I'm not convinced by this manager still, I've got to be honest. But you've got to give him credit today. He picked the same team and they got the job done. He had confidence in them and they repaid that faith with the 3 points, 3 goals and a clean sheet. You can't ask for more than that in the Premier League. Any game you win 3-0, you've got to be satisfied with. So well done to Arsenal today. Good performance and some nice goals as well along the way. So yeah, brilliant stuff from Arsenal. So yeah, thanks for joining me today. Thanks to all you guys in the comments as always. Great to see some familiar faces, some new faces as well. If you are new to the channel and you have enjoyed what you've seen, please consider subscribing. Please give it a like as well. Just click on the button. It's all free of charge. It doesn't cost you guys anything, and it does help the channel to grow. And we are growing nicely, actually. We're on the way to nearly 800 subscribers, which is incredible, really. When I first set this channel up, I didn't think anyone would want to watch it. So the fact that I've got so many people subscribing, it's been fantastic. So really appreciate everybody that joins in with the show in the comments and everything else. I really do appreciate it. Regina says their confidence improves after we scored the third goal. Yeah, exactly. Of course it does. The easier it becomes when you're getting goals and you're more comfortable in games. And we haven't done that enough this season, have we? But we did today, and we got the job done, and it was good. And we need to enjoy it. So no moaning about Arteta for the time being from me, and no moaning about anything today. We're going to enjoy that. Joel says there, we'll tune in for the West Ham game and hear some more of your football talk. No, thank you very much. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for finding the channel. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. If you do like the Arsenal women, tune in tomorrow as well from 6:30. We'll be covering that game as well if that's your thing. Still Arsenal, isn't it? It'll be a similar kind of show to this. I know we'll be cheering on the women, hopefully give them a victory to get them 4 points clear at the top of the league. So that will be good as well. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for your support. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow for the women at 6:30. Then, of course, we have the Tuesday clinic on Tuesday at 7:30, and then at 8 o'clock, and then, of course, the double watch along. Regena's beat me to it there. He says, come on, the Gunners, indeed. He knows how we finish the show now. That's always nice. So, yeah, join me tomorrow for the women at 6:30, and then the Tuesday clinic at 8 o'clock on Tuesday. And then a big double watch along Wednesday. The women and the men both playing 8 o'clock. I'm a little bit annoyed with the way the fixtures have gone for that one. Why couldn't the men have played on Tuesday? We played Saturday. We could easily play Tuesday, couldn't we? And then the women on Wednesday would have been better. But anyway, what do I know? I'm only a fan of football. It's not important when the games are played, when the fans are concerned, is it? TV rules. But anyway, we'll do our best with that on Wednesday to bring you both games if we can, as best as we can. We've done it before. We'll do it again if we have to. It's not ideal, but anyway, it is what it is. So, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for women. And, of course, in the meantime, following this great victory, 3-0, Lacazette, Ødegaard and Gabriel with the goals. Good victory for Arsenal. Good performance. Well played, everybody. Man of the match, I'm going to give it to Martinelli just because I can. But Thomas Partey had a good game today. Ramsdale was given officially man of the match. He played well, worryingly. But we got the job done. 3-0, good victory. We move on to a tough game on Wednesday. West Ham, we are coming for you. See you then, guys. See you tomorrow for the women at 6:30. Thanks for watching. See you very soon. Come on, you guys. Come on. Good win. Well played, guys.